and make the cats talk. Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting-edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adapters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff, and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed a thing. Can I get a wee audio check in the chat? Make sure everything's working, and I'll say a couple of hellos. Sanson's in, but he's probably still in the green room of his own show. But he did get here first. Well, first comment. Edmund, what about you, chum? Pekka, glad to have you aboard. Misty World has come over from the Waffle House. Thank you very much. Glad to see you. Amaji's in the chat. She's also going to be on the stream. It's all good. England for the English. Mr. Woodlander. Pekka. Quack quack at the ducks. October, evening brother. Oh, and we're hearing the audio's good. Sounds good. Bass, what about you, chum? Burn, evening. Mr. Herbert, good evening to you too, sir. And thank you all for coming. And I hope you enjoy this show. I'll get round to explain the content in a minute. We've got a pre-recorded interview that Amaji and I did this afternoon because that just sort of was working better for us. So that's pre-recorded, but we'll get there in a minute. And as always, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. And if I can just... Yep. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m, Rags and Jack are having a chat with Toffee, the Scouser. That should be a good show. John Davison. I have... When he streams and when he doesn't stream is totally up to how he's feeling on a given day. But he has been seeming to get the Tuesday and the Friday shows done, provided he's up to it. So get yourself over there. A very warm welcome to everyone that has came along from Sansom's stream earlier, which I seen most of, but I had to drop out to take Amity up home. So I missed a chunk of it, but what I seen of it was good. Very interesting about those headstones. I'm going to dig into that subject a bit more. But if you like my stuff and you're not already watching whatever Sansom's doing earlier on a Saturday evening, you probably want to watch that because if you like my stuff, you like that. The other show I like to give a shout out to is Dave's Waffle House, 8:30, pretty much every night during the week. Good chat, good fun, very lighthearted. It's good for it's good. Well, see, case in point. Oh yeah, Sansom streams. I'll laugh a minute. See, but and while I get that, Sansom's one of those news streams, and whenever we figure out what's going on, we need that because we need to find out what's going on. But you also need time out. You need time away from that. So that's why you go to a Waffle House and have some drivel with Dave's Waffle House. It's all good. It works out. Anglo-Saxon, evening brother. Perm, Silence of Sham House, yes. Martin W, what about you, chum? The Budgies in, what about you? Yep. So everything has its place, and a bit of Ferrari does us all good. So there you go. And how long are we going? We're going about 5 minutes, right? I think, yeah, that is pretty much all of our housekeeping done, and our hellos. We'll get that done quite quickly. Good 20. Right, okay. We're going to jump straight to the talk with Emma G. And you'll understand why we decided to record it, because it's a bit emotional in parts. Give her some support in the chat, please. I know you do anyway, because you are great people. I'll check this is on the right. Move that to that. Yep. Here we go. Well, everybody, here is a pre-recorded interview with the one and only delightful Miss Emma G. At this point, I normally say I've became aware of it more recently, that every time I introduce everybody on this stream, I say, "What about you, chum?" But however, afternoon, Saxy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, thank you. I just had a really lovely dinner with a wonderful woman, namely yourself. So we're all good.
Did you have
Now
something nice?
yes, a chicken burger with pulled pork on top of it, and cheese and bacon, and it was yum. What did you have?
I had a half roast chicken and chips, and it was yummy.
Excellent. Uh, 1 second. I need to. Well, I need to cough. 1 second. Right, now we've got that out of the way. I'm delighted to have you on. You have been the number one supporter of this channel from the day and hour I decided to start streaming on a weekly basis. You've been very encouraging, very supportive, and I thank you for all of that.
Well,
And
all I can say is it's taken you about long enough to have me on the stream.
to be fair, in my defense, I didn't know you wanted to come on. But so, had you said, 40, I want to come on and do a chat, I would have had you on before now. But as we will get into very shortly, you've came to the conclusion that you do actually have something to talk about, and we're going to go through that. So it's quite apt that you're on now. And I will also say you're welcome back on anytime you want. Oh, and I'm also going to stop this screen share and put us back up. There we go. That picture was up quite long enough. There's 2 minutes, 18 seconds of it.
Wow, you can never have too much energy.
No, you cannot. I can attest that my life has got exponentially better for my met and energy. So there is that. So, what would you like to talk about?
Well, you know what I want to talk to you about. I sent you a message during the week as a couple of days ago marked the 10-year anniversary of my dad passing. And I wanted it not to go unmarked.
Yeah, and I actually think that's very important. And this is quite a good way, because we have a very nice community here that I know we're going to be very supportive of you and have came to mean a great deal to you. And This is quite an apt and fitting way for you to. Oh,
It's the 6 o'clock alarm, as this has been recorded at 6 o'clock.
yeah. Oh, well, to be to be fair, that alarm will probably go 11 o'clock during the show.
You should time it so that that alarm gets at the
Yeah,
11 o'clock, where the 11 o'clock one should be.
actually could do that as well. If I if I ramble for what 27 minutes before I start this interview, that would
And then it would look like we were live.
yes, it would. It would look like we were live. I'm actually quite looking forward to watching the comments during this. But yes, I think this is actually quite a good way for you to mark your dad's passing. And I, as I've often said, there are no right words when talking about grief and the loss of a loved one, which does put me in a bit of a loss for what to say here. But it also allows me to speak because I know that there's no proper, perfect, correct word. So I'm just going to wing it and go with what comes into my head.
Sometimes that's a dangerous thing for you because you never know what's going to come out of your mouth.
Well, I'd like to be as surprised as what way my sentences finish as everybody else.
Sometimes they can be quite bizarre.
They can. Yeah, and then we'll start ending up talking about why the chicken crossed the road.
Yeah, why did the chicken cross the road?
No, you can give me the answer. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I'm going to. So why did
Yeah,
the chicken cross the road?
don't know.
Because
Oh, fuck, that's cracker.
my children were most unimpressed by that. I had several eye rolling. I found it hilarious though.
Yeah, I did. I find it hilarious as well. I think that's very good.
Thanks.
So I'm going to try to go about this with a little bit different. How was your early life with your father?
Much, I don't know, like any normal childhood, I guess. My dad would go out to work, come home of an evening, fall asleep on the sofa. Weekends, he would be working in the garden, building something. There would always be like a saw going or a hammer.
So,
And
so he was quite the handy man.
he was quite the handyman. And as I was growing up a bit, I would quite often go out and help him in the garden and
Are
like
are you
to build stuff.
are you sure it was help or was it hindrance?
I am very good with a hammer and nail.
Yes, I will give you that. You are, but whenever you were a child, were you were you possibly getting in the way a little,
Well, it
hanging
wasn't
around
so much
daddy?
as a little child. This was probably in my teenage years.
All right, so you would have been a, at least a bit capable and competent.
Yeah, but he could do like the painting of the fences and stuff because I hated painting.
Yeah.
Give me a
Uh,
saw and a drill or whatever, and that was fun.
right, and and you would have regularly done that type of activity with your dad.
And also, growing up, I was very much part of a marching band, which you well know. Some people may have well seen a clip of my marching band days. But my dad used to do some of the driving of the van, which carried all the equipment and the uniforms and things. And he was part of what was called like the pit crew. So he would um, set up our equipment at the front for like the percussion and everything. and so he was very much involved with that along with me. So he grew up. Well, I grew up with him as part of that family as well, the marching band family. And I remember every year we would have like a presentation evening, and the pit crew, there was probably about 5 or 6 dads would form the part of the pit crew, and they would always have a section in the presentation evening where they would perform something, and this was always like much to the embarrassment of their children. I remember one year they did a performance from Les Miserables. They all dressed up as the prostitutes, and my my dad dressed up as one of the prostitutes, and whilst performing on stage, he had fake boobs and everything. His boobs decided to escape from him. So that just gives you a little bit of insight into my dad being a bit of a nutter.
Yeah, he had quite the sense of humor.
He did. He did. Yeah. He loved being in the middle of everything. And our
Part
house
of
also we would have like legendary barbecues where I don't know how many people fitted inside our house and inside the well out in the garden, but dad would be in the middle of it all, cooking up a storm in chef whites and loving every minute of it.
yeah, it sounds like he really loved his family and his community.
He did.
Yeah, that's that is very very underrated. I don't think people. It's also down to the loss of community that there is a lot, particularly in mainland UK. People do tend to have lost their whole sense of community, and it was men like your father who were at the centre of keeping that going. You
Hmm.
know,
And you don't realize it at the time of how important it actually is.
no, you certainly do not. Uh, it's like a lot of things you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
That's it.
Uh, so well, that brings me on to the other thing because you were in your teenage years whenever you were marching bands and going to the Lord Mayor London show
Hmm.
and all that. So you obviously got on with them even during your teenage years, which
Yeah,
can't.
we did. We got on, but it was sort of one of those, oh my God, what is my dad doing now? Sort of relationship.
Yeah,
That yeah, I just wish at the time I had appreciated it the the way I do now.
yeah. It's although having said that, you've built up a huge bank of memories.
This is true.
And you've got all that, and you've also got photos and videos.
I have plenty of photos, not so many videos as they were all taken on the old video camcorders that um, take the old like cassettes, and I need to try and
Yeah.
get them onto DVD or USB or something. But
Do you
yeah,
do you
there's some.
do you still have them?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I've logged that in the back of my mind. Okay. And I will assist you with that.
Because you want to see me on the back of a Harley Davidson going around Ayers Rock with my dad, do you?
Oh yes, yes I do. Yes, that's right. You went to Australia. Uh,
We did. We
shout out
had.
to Tom Brown and Linda Hunter.
Yeah, we have a bit of a connection with Australia. My dad had cousins and things that live there, and we visited a couple of times. And he went back once more when I was a bit older, with my mum, and he also took his mum that time. So yeah, we've been a couple of times, and we have very fond memories of going to Australia. He climbed Ayers Rock when it was still able to be climbed, and me and my mum walked around the base of it.
Uh,
Um,
was there a hot air balloon involved?
there was a hot air balloon, but that wasn't over Ayers Rock. That was Alice Springs.
Or silly me.
Yeah, silly you, because we did a camping tour from Darwin down through Ayers Rock, down to Adelaide, which took a couple of weeks. So we saw quite the few different places and things.
What age were you at this point?
I was 16 when we did
Yeah.
this.
And you still love a glamp and a camp.
I do.
Yes. Uh, and much to my surprise, so do I. I if you had my favorite holidays being glamping, camping outside rural areas, or uh, a fancy pants motorboat around Rock Iron on your bingo card. For me, 8 years ago, I would have been surprised, but I think that's got a lot to do with the company.
That's it. You can do anything or go anywhere if you're with people that you can get on with.
Yeah, this is true. And your father also had a love of a certain Australian singer.
He did. Goes by the name of John Williamson.
Uh, would this be an appropriate time to play the tune that you had picked out?
No, you can save that till the end and we can end off of that.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. We will.
It's not
We
going to go
will.
on for much longer anyway. I just want to tell you a bit about him and
Not a
his.
problem.
Yeah. So, trying to just gather my thoughts here.
Yeah.
Him and my mum moved over to Northern Ireland to be with me. Where about, trying to think, what we're in now, 2020. It was probably about 13 years ago. And that's when his health really started to deteriorate. He was diagnosed with vascular dementia, which is a little different from your normal average dementia, if you like, because it involves like the hardening of the arteries in the brain, which then creates the confusion and the loss of memory. And in his case, he became quite aggressive. Um,
A total personality transplant, basically.
yeah,
You know, I really feel for uh, anybody goes through that, and also possibly even more so for their family members that are left to deal with that. Uh, do you need me to pause this for a minute?
no, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Right. Okay. Right. Just so as you know, if you want to take a break or anything, just shout pause. I can. Uh,
I felt as if I had lost my dad about 3 years before I actually lost him.
yeah. That is extremely hard to deal with. Uh,
It didn't change the love I had for him, but it just changed the relationship we had. I
Yeah,
went from being the daughter to almost being the parent.
yeah, because you then become you then become the care of this person who's looked after and cared for you all your life, and the role reversal on that is quite savage.
It is, and it takes a lot to get your head around that. But yeah, I didn't think it would get me this much. Being like 10 years. Right, compose myself. Right, I'm okay.
It,
So yeah, so I just wanted to do a little bit just to remember him and the 10 years apart. He had a brilliant relationship with my eldest. My oldest child was 4 when he passed, and they must have been connected in some way because if Gramps was in a bad mood, then my oldest could sense it. It didn't have to be in the same house, he just knew. And he was the only one that could, I don't know, bring any light into his life at the end.
yeah, it, there was still a bit of him in there that loved his grandson,
Yeah,
but
right.
you know, it with a disease like that, that is that debilitating, it takes away your personality. Uh, it's it's strange what bits are going to be the last bit to die, and it seems like his connection with your oldest was the last bit to go,
Yeah, they had a truly special relationship.
which is also going to be hard for a very young lad to take in and comprehend. It's going to,
He would still remember my dad, and he always called him his best friend, and still would refer to Gramps as his best friend.
yeah. There's not a lot of people have memories that go back before the age of 4. You
Yeah,
know, which shows how strong the bond was for your son as well. Obviously,
yeah, yeah. But I actually wrote a poem about my dad. I wrote it probably about a year before he died, and I read it at his funeral, and I want to share it with you if that would be okay.
that is very appropriate.
Yes, okay. So it doesn't really have a title, it's just about my dad. So it goes,
Oh, let me give you a clue. The title is
what?
Dad.
Okay, we'll call it Dad. It breaks my heart to see you day after day after day, sitting in that chair of yours, slowly fading away. Gone is the dad I used to know. My heart for you, no, my love for you goes on, and how I yearn for yesterday when you were fit and strong. As a child, you took my hand and taught me right from wrong, and now I'm grown and have my own. I pass your message on. You worked so hard for all your life, it makes me wonder why life can be so cruel sometimes. That's when I break down and cry. Dementia is the evil that we try to fight each day. I will not let it beat us. It will not take our love away. And that's it, apart from the little bloop in the middle where I forgot the words.
That is beautiful. It's very heartfelt. It, it uh, Yeah, other thing. As you probably have noticed, I've wrote a poem or two. Uh,
Have you?
yeah, I also have a policy. I don't talk about crap poems because I believe I write their standard, and whenever you start to talk about people's poems, it's not really nice to be. Uh, it's not really nice to say bad things about what people have written, but that is heartfelt. It carries a message. It tells a story. Uh, Very well written on a very difficult subject. Good work. Well
Thank you.
written.
I need to do one for my mum, but I can't do that yet.
Yeah, that one will come out whenever it's ready.
I don't think that one will be ready for quite some time.
Yeah, and
But
the
that's a
other.
whole other stream. We'll do that one in about 8 years' time on her 10-year anniversary.
I hope you're going to come back before then, but
I promise not to cry on another stream. That's fine.
well, look, don't worry about it's a difficult subject to talk about, and you also don't talk about it often, and everything becomes. Do you know, the passage of time means nothing. Uh, there's a lot of emotions that just stay forever raw, and you've done very well.
Thank you. I say that you never get over somebody dying. You just learn to live a new life.
Yeah, you get slightly better at living without them,
Yeah. I
but
think now
always
is a good time to play the song and say goodbye.
right. Okay, I'm going to get that song up now. Uh, this is theater mode.
My true blue.
That's the wrong song.
That's the one that I had up.
No, you pressed the wrong button.
Right. Shit. I'm really sorry. 1 second. Uh, share screen. That was gone. Right. Sorry. Of all the times in the world to be a boomer.
It wouldn't be you if you weren't a boomer.
Yeah. Right. That right. I've actually got it now. For something went wrong with. I'm going to blame YouTube here. Something went wrong and it gave me a fast instead of playing a fast forward to the next video. But here we go. Eventually, sorry. This is John Williamson, Wrinkles.
Well, old Bob hasn't got much, but he values his boots. And he values the time he spends growing flowers. He still loves his babies that grew to be men. He recalls all the days and the nights, and the hours when he and his woman worked on the land. In the heat, in the dry, in the cold, in the wet, he still picks her a rose, and his old heart still races. She's still the most beautiful girl that he's met. And you ask, is he happy? And you ask, is he happy? He's got wrinkles from smiling. He feels lucky and free, and he knows what it means to live here in the sunshine. He's got wrinkles. He walks with Amelia down to the store, with a little cane basket for the bread and the daily sun, still hand in hand like babes in the meadows, and young faces turn. Love is so beautiful, it can be so deep, and a man is a king when he has his own princess. Bob wears no crown, no long flowing robe, but there in his mind he still rides on his black stallion. And you ask, is he happy? And you ask, is he happy? He's got wrinkles from smiling. He feels lucky and free, and he knows what it means to live here in the sunshine. He's got wrinkles. Then a cold winter came, and Bob was alone. His beautiful princess had flown with the angels. He faded so quickly, the man became old, and the wandering dew soon covered the roses. First just a cane and a strong stick for walking, then just a chair with a grey old man dying. All that he lived for was always beside him. So Bob left in peace to join his lady. And you ask, is he happy? And you ask, is he happy? He had wrinkles from smiling. He felt lucky and free, and he knew what it meant to live here in the sunshine. He had wrinkles.
That was very fitting.
Yes, I thought so. I love that song.
Yeah, yeah. I can fully understand why. A perfect choice.
Right,
Is
I'm
there?
going to let you go and get on with the rest of your show. I think
Yes.
now would be a good time for your funny sport interlude.
Right. Okay. That's what we'll do. We will do a
Let's
funny
lighten the
sport.
tone a bit.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, everybody in the chat, for bearing with me.
Yeah. And we'll cut this off here. Okay.
All right, love you.
Love you. And I'll see you in a minute.
All right, bye.
Chat, let me just say you have excelled tonight. You've been absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much. And I'm glad we decided to do that recorded because it was hard enough to do without looking at the chat, and that would not have made it any easier. But you have been absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to put on now is a little video of Emma G and her marching band, which should make things a little bit nicer. Here we go. Is that sure? It is. Yeah, and she's got one subscriber. You just might want to subscribe.
From Basingstoke, the Cavaliers.
No, Emma, that was not my strange sport interlude. I just wanted to put in something that was more nice about uh, a happier day for yourself. That uh, is what I was going for there. Yeah, and look, and people are applauding, so it worked. And I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry for your loss. As you heard me say earlier, there are no right words for this. I feel for you. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And I hope that yourself and your family are as well as they can be at this time, and that your father passed peaceful. Yep, and apparently Emma's now up to 16 subs. Yep. If you Toffee, if you money chat, if you can get if you can get her subs up, I'll start streaming her channel. So yep, well away, mate. But that is funny. That's good. Uh, we are our parents. They live through us. Be the best you can be. Very good advice, Woodlander. Right. And with that, I am actually going to talk about a strange sport because we have one of those on the menu tonight. We're going to talk about the Brambles Cricket match. Let me just get this link up. And it comes from a website called Strange Britain that I found this week, and I believe I shall be using quite a bit of that. Yep, Strange Britain. Brambles Cricket match. There's a picture of where they play the cricket. It's in the middle of the sea. It's not your normal place for a cricket match, I know. But there we have it. I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. Bramble Bank is a sandbank located on the Solent, the strait that separates the Isle of Wight from mainland England. It is situated off the coast of Southampton and is a well-known landmark for the region. It's most famous for being the site of the annual cricket match that takes place on the sandbank during low tide. The annual Bramble Cricket match is a very special cricket game, one of the most unique cricket matches in the world because it's the only cricket match that takes place at sea. You would wonder why. Specifically, it takes place on the Bramble sandbank in the Solent during low tide once a year. The sandbank is exposed only during low tide. It becomes submerged and then becomes submerged by the incoming tide, making it a unique and unusual location for a cricket match. The match is played between two teams of sailors and is considered a unique and unusual event due to the fact that it takes place on a shifting and unstable surface. The match is usually held in August. It's actually going on September this year. It just depends on when the tides are right for it, and attracts a large numbers of spectators and participants. And most of the spectators are in boats. Note that the match has been cancelled in some years due to safety concerns, as the sandbank can become submerged by the incoming tide in a matter of minutes. Pictures and video of the event often show them standing around watching the game with their boats nearby. Obviously, they need boats to get there and back again. This is the only cricket match that takes place in the middle of the sea. Matches typically take place each August during low tide when Bramble Bank is exposed enough for the match to take place. But really, the date of the match is determined by the weather and tides more than anything else. The changing tides means that the Bramble Bank doesn't hang around long, and matches can be over in an hour, which is better than 3 days for one game of cricket. However, when the weather is good, organisers are able to capitalise on the popularity of sailing and other water-based activities in the Solent. The first recorded Bramble cricket match was played in August 1982 and has become an annual event ever since. Now, I'm pretty sure I've seen other things that had this dated back to the 50s. The origin of the Bramble cricket match comes from the idea of a group of sailors from Island Sailing Club. The match was started as a fun and light-hearted event for members of the club to enjoy, and has since become a fixture of the local maritime community. The match is organised by the Island Sailing Club and is played between two teams of sailors from the club known as Bramble Busters and Bramble Bashers. The match is considered a unique and quirky event that showcases the unique maritime tradition and culture of the region. The Bramble Cricket match is now organised by the Island Sailing Club and has attracted a large following of participants over the years. It is difficult to estimate the exact number of people who watch Bramble Cricket match as the event takes place in sandbank and so on. I'm beginning to think this is not the best article. Hold on. Right. So I'm going to check the comments. Angle can't find Emma's channel. Emma G, you don't, Amanda and Linda should really do it on the stream. I think that's actually quite a good idea. Opinionated Scotsman's reckon this would be a boring cricket match to watch. Yes, Emma, do crochet videos. I think they would go down well. I agree. Oh, and Emma's showing out her channel. That's good. And while we're doing this, I am going to get a different Brambles cricket match thing. Yep, because I was unimpressed with that link. I don't think it's a link that I actually intended to get. Yes, this is looking a bit more factual, and we're going to use this instead. Right, we're now with the Island Sailing Club, and we will accept your cookies. Each year, the Island Sailing Club meets members of the Royal Southern Yacht Club for a quintessentially English match of cricket on the Brambles sandbar, and the Solent. Believed to have started in the 1950s, this strange but fabulous tradition sees the two clubs play against each other until play is stopped by the waves. Adding an extra spin to the proceedings, the match winner is always decided ahead of time, with teams taking alternate turns of winning. This year, it's the Island Club's turn after the Royal Solent won in 21. The 2022 match was cancelled following the death of the late Queen. Commodore and team captain Tim Davey said the Bramble cricket match is a wonderful tradition that both clubs look forward to and thoroughly enjoy taking part in. What I want to know is who was sailing about there and thought, see that sandbank? We could have a game of cricket on that. Phone up that other yacht club and see if they're up for it, and we'll give them a pasting. So there's all the information about it. that other link was given spoofers. And I think that's all we really need to know. So there you go. And there is a picture of the sandbank. I wouldn't fancy being a fielder because the chances of losing a ball are quite immense. And I'm going to get rid of a lot of my tabs. Right, we're back. So there we go. So there is a nice, quaint, old English tradition, playing cricket in the sea. And the next old English tradition we're going to talk about is the Eccles Wake. Not the Eccles Cake, the Eccles Wake, which was something quite different. That the cricket match was modern day English people being outlandish and doing something strange, and now we have an ancient version of English people being a bit weird and doing something strange. I want to check what this is looking like on the screen. That's a bit small. I'm going to zoom this in. View, zoom in, and zoom in again. So here we have a picture of people going to the Eccles Wake, and they've got a brown bear with them. And somebody's missing a foot because perhaps the bear from last year's ate his leg. Who knows? You never can tell with this level of madness. I just want to take a quick look in the chat. I think we're all good. Right. And now we can get a better look at that picture because I've got rid of something. There we go. And that's a fucking monkey on the bear's back. The Eccles Wakes. As many illustrious players of this historic club will confirm, Eccles can be... So, this is coming from Eccles Rugby Football Club. So that's why it's starting with that. As many illustrious players from this club will confirm, Eccles can be a lively, boisterous town at weekends. But what may come as a surprise is the town's reputation for rowdy entertainment actually stretches back several hundred years to when Eccles would host an annual 3-day street party every August. The Eccles Wakes traditionally commenced on the eve of the Feast of St. Mary, to whom the parish church is dedicated, and had their origins in the ancient custom of rush bearing, when villagers would bring decorated cartloads of rushes to spread over the church floor for a vigil mass, which began at the sunset on Saturday, often called the Wake, due to the late hour. As these occasions developed, the community celebrations grew to include sports, music, dancing, and drinking. I think there was a lot of drinking involved in these Eccles Wakes. Phillies Wakes flourished throughout Lancashire and became recognised as holidays for tradesmen and notorious for public disorder. When James Wanderer's Barton Aqueduct crossed the Irwell in 1761, coal was floated from Worsley to Manchester to fuel the Industrial Revolution, and the rural existence of Eccles was changed forever. Any excuse to break free from the hard graft of the collieries, canals, and mills was grabbed with both hands, which were usually wrapped around a tankard of ale. By the 19th century, the famous Eccles Wakes were attracting large crowds from the surrounding district and had become somewhat less than a pious affair. The recreation area just between Barton Lane, Oxford Road, and Pleasant Road was transformed into a racecourse where jackass riders and ladies would compete in races to win a smock. So you got a jackass, a donkey, you jump in the back of it, and you're racing up a street. This is sounding good. Competitions held along Church Street included blood sports such as bull and bear baiting or cockfighting, and the roostering would often result in drunkenness and fighting. Other typical spectacles would include chasing a greased pig. It's always good. That's always a crowd pleaser. See who can catch the greasy pig. Thick porridge eating. And a race for wooden leg men. That's why we had a man with a wooden leg. The bear did not eat it. By 1877, local residents had had enough of the riotous behaviour, and at the request of the local board, the Home Secretary banned the Eccles Wakes. Thankfully, the paintings of Joseph Parry have preserved the atmosphere and revelry of the 1820s. Eccles Wake Fair for us, and we can look forward to next year's Eccles Beer and Gin Festival, embracing its heritage and bringing back an eating contest of £3 of treacle and bread, and the smoking match for 10 old women. Sign me up. This is our traditional entertainment. There's a map. This is a picture of the aforementioned picture showing the goings on at the Eccles Wake in the 1700s. Here's one that's slightly more in focus. We've got somebody racing on a donkey and getting 3 off. Not quite sure what these ladies on the right-hand side are doing. Oh, they're in that race to win that smock thing that's hanging up like a ghost. Oh, here we have the drinking element. This one depicts bustling merriment, colourful characters, spaniels, and unfolding drama in the background. Standard Eccles Beer Festival. The ancient church of St. Mary's of the Virgin Eccles was in medieval times the centre of a large ecclesiastical parish and was the only church in the area for several hundred years. It has occupied its site since before the Norman conquest, and there's a picture of that. I'm going to zoom that out just a little, and not quite what I want. Zoom out more. Zoom out more. Yeah, now you can get a better idea of the church. So there you go. That's the Eccles Wakes, which are continuing in a slightly transformed version. Piper Lim, what about you, Sean? Glad to have you over. Pax Max is now wanting black pudding. Sorry, I'm just reading some comments. Toffee's a class act. Right. 1 second, I need to. Right. And I've actually remembered to unmute, so that's good. What am I going to go to next? Oh, yes. A little video of Gurning, because this is the month whenever the Gurning competitions come along. So we'll have a little look at that. For anybody that's ever wanted to know anything about Gurning, here we go.
It's the biggest transformation of the face without using any artificial aids. And once you've got your head inside the graphing, you can't use your hands. There you go. That is the traditional sport of Gurning, where you contort your face. Bass reckons it's downtown. Looks like downtown San Francisco. Right. Now, let's see. What else do we have on the menu? Oh, yes. We have the meme of the week. Just get the... just find the meme of the week. And share screen. This is this week's meme of the week.
Yes, and people, we do have we have now moved into producing more memes. And if you want to find yourself the memes, they're hanging out at 42's meme count on Telegram. I'm going to put that link in the description. There you go. If you want memes, that's where to find them. That's where they're all going to live. Exactly, visionary. Where are the social workers? Nah. So there's a meme. And we're about to have a look at the actual story because this gets good. This does. This gets good. This is coming direct from the New York Post. And just allow the cookies. And get this shared. Share screen. Has this came up? It has. I'm going to zoom this in a little. And a little more. All right. Let's crack on with this story. Anti-cop Minnesota Democrat Party official left bloodied in violent carjacking. Now calls for tougher crime laws. So much to dig into on this. It says a Minnesota Democratic former former Labour Party official who once vowed to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department is now calling for tougher crime laws after she was beaten and bloodied in a carjacking outside her home this week. Right, I've got a name for her. Samantha Sandman. The second vice chairman of the DFL shared news of her attack in a Wednesday Facebook post, where she fumed that 4 young suspects need to be brought to justice. She says, I have a broken leg, deep lacerations on my head, bruising and cuts all over my body. And I have rage, wrote Samantha Salmon, who said the beating occurred in front of her 4-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son around 7:45 p.m. on Tuesday. These men knew what they were doing, and I have no doubt that they have done this before. Yet they are still on our streets, killing mothers, giving babies psychological trauma that a lifetime of therapy cannot ease, with no hesitation and no remorse. The lunatic continued. Including the post was a selfie of Samantha showing blood pouring down the side of her face. Now, see this red stuff and all this splatter? That be fake blood. You be faking it, bitch. That is not real blood. Nobody bleeds like that. Does not happen. That's faked. I have no doubt that she was attacked. Maybe had her car stolen. There's going to be a police report. There's going to be a medical report. We'll find out in due course what injury she did sustain. But this is fake as shit. That is as fake as a fucking $7 bill. But anyway, I digress. I'm now part of the statistics, she ranted. I wasn't silent when I fought these men to save my life and my babies, and I won't be silent now. We need to get illegal guns off our streets, catch those young people who are running wild, creating chaos across our city, and hold them in custody and prosecute them, she said. Look at my face. Remember me. When you're thinking about supporting Latin juveniles and their young people out of custody to roam our streets instead of holding them accountable for their actions. Minneapolis police confirmed the carjacking and idiots foul neighborhood in a statement to KSTP. I'm guessing that's a paper. Her car was later recovered, but no suspects have been arrested. Now, this is what she posted on Facebook 3 years ago. We are going to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. Say it with me. Dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. As allies, what can we do right now? Listen and learn from our black siblings. And then amplify the message right now. In this moment, Minneapolis Police Department has systematically failed the black community. They have failed all of us. It's time to build a new infrastructure that works for all communities. If you're still disagreeing with that basic fact, I'm Seymour. Yeah, so wasn't too much a fan of the police, wasn't a fan of justice until someone hit her around the head. Turns out that's the way quite often how it goes. Samantha thanked the incredible Minneapolis Police Department for assisting in the terrifying experience, a far cry from her attitude towards law enforcement 3 years ago, when she posted online that she and other activists were going to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. MPD has systematically failed the black community. Yep, that's what I just read. In another post on June the 2nd of that year, she applauded Minneapolis School Board decision to terminate its contract with the police with the department. MPD should have no place in our children's schools, she wrote. She said, "Thank you, Minneapolis School Board members, for getting this done exactly as it should be. MPD should have no place in our children's schools." And there we have a memorial to St. George of Fentanyl. Minneapolis DFL chairman Ken Martin told KSTP, I'm guessing that's a newspaper of some sort, in a statement on Thursday that he was heartbroken at the news of Chauvelin's attack. I'm sure he was. He said, "It is my sincere hope that the people who assaulted Chauvelin are quickly brought to justice and face punishment commensurate with the severity of the crimes." Martin said, "My heart goes out to Chauvelin and her family, and I hope their recovery from such a horrifying experience is as swift as possible." The post has reached out to Sandra Lathamp for a comment. Oh, let's have a look at what people have posted. Oh, Dave McNabb, he's all heart. He is all heart. Thousands, maybe tens of thousands, have suffered from some form of violence like that because of policies that she advocated for. Only because she suffered does she now change. This woman should apologize profusely to all victims for the enormous damage to their lives. There we go. The man said it. That's us all good. And that story is what produced this little meme. That face you make when your when your efforts to dismantle the police work. There we go. And if you want more memes, you're going to find them in the Telegram meme column. On that subject, oh, sorry, I had the cough there. On the subject of the meme column, I created that group and I started sort of sharing it out, and a couple of people joined. We've got like 8 people on it, so more people joining that would be good. But thanks for posting that again, Emma. But yes, and the links in if anybody wants to come in for a chat. Yeah, so I made the meme column and I started posting them out, and it was only then that I realized that it was set up in such a way that people could see the memes, they could put like a reaction to them, but they couldn't actually say anything. So I have been fighting with StreamYard's fucking system for a bit, trying to get that rectified. If anybody knows of an easy or not even an easy way, just how you go about changing your channel that the people who are in it can actually participate, write comments and stuff, maybe even post stuff, that would be of great help to me. I thought I had allowed discussion in it, but it turns out I had made another channel called 42's Meme Canon Chat, which wasn't what I was hoping to do. I think it may just all move over to that. So if you're one of the 8 people that have already joined the main canon, you could well be getting a invite to the main canon chat and move you all the one that you can participate in. Again, there's a link in if anybody wants to come in for a chat. Amanda Lee, thank you very much for dropping in. And I'm going to go through these comments. Oh, the real Vincent Griffin's had a couple of bottles of lager and he's ready for a fight. Yep, there is that. She probably wants one of those strange books for kids. Martin W. has, yes, St. George died of a drug overdose. Near me fentanyl, and it turns out that if you're caught by the police with a whole bunch of drugs on you, it turns out that swallowing them is not the best way to get rid of them because you might die. And pack is in as well. Evening, gentlemen. Actually, what about you, Sean?
Hang on. Give me a sec.
Yeah, good evening, 42 and Packer.
Good evening.
Yeah, I could think of a better place for them to shove those drugs up their ass. More likely will give them some problems, or just not have them in the first place.
Well,
Idiot.
Well, here's the thing: if you hide your drugs up your ass whenever the police get to the police station, they take it off you. So what he was going for was swallow the drugs are in his system. They're no longer in his possession, technically. Yeah. He had done that 2 or 3 times on previous occasions. This time it didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, that's what I get. I was coming on to just talk about that woman that claims that she was victimized, a victim of a carjacking. I don't believe any of it because, as you say, the blood streaking looks fake as shit. Because if she really was bleeding, it would be all over her face. Her hair would be disheveled, and she'd be in shock and upset, possibly. She wouldn't be
Well,
so calm.
oh no, her car was stole.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't believe the picture, but I believe the story. Otherwise, why else would she have changed her tune? I mean, it's fuck around and find out 101, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I reckon what's happened is they've grabbed her, pulled her to the side while she was getting the car, took the keys off her, and fucked off on it. There's been
Yeah.
very little violence because they didn't need to do a lot of violence, and
Oh,
she's
no.
trying to put it on with a trial, but that fake blood's fake as fuck.
Yeah. She more likely complied with their threats, and she's probably disappointed that they weren't white guys who beat her up, and then she could say, "Oh, look, white systemic racism." Yeah, that really bugs me. These people. That's true, Packer. It
Yeah,
really bugs me.
she's about 4% Native American or something, isn't she? Like,
Yeah,
so if they had touched her, it would have been racism.
yeah. No, but these
And she
people
missed out.
really bug me,
She's
gentlemen.
gutted.
They all just bang on about we need to defund the police, and yet when shit hits the fan or they get assaulted, the first people that they want to call are the very people, the very organization that they are hoping to defund. I'm just sick of these people. It's like, make up your mind. You want them or you don't.
Now, actually, I have a question. How do you know it was white people that did it?
I
Or
don't.
how do you know it was not white people that did it?
I don't. I'm just assuming it was black people.
Which one would you bet your house on? 42.
Well, if it had been white people, it would have been the race would have been in the story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we know the identity of the culprit.
They're
It would have been
Actually-
white supremacist carjackers. You know it.
Yeah. She would have elaborated in detail as well.
yeah, you got height, you got description, you got what type of clothes they're wearing. Can you go find these people? But no, whenever there's no description of the person that did the crime,
Yeah.
they're not white.
You know,
That's been an old
grey
classic.
tracksuit.
That's been a tactic for many years, 42. I remember as a child in the 90s that whenever you got the description in a paper of a family murdered and the father killed himself, you always knew right away that it was a non-white and it was a stupid honor killing and he just killed himself, because it always ended some way or the other with the description of the victims, and that just gave you right away the identity of what these people were. And now we know that because that's the only description when there's a lack of a description. And nowadays, when they talk of victims of crime or a local man, they say, and then you look at the area where the diversity is worse.
A local man. I love that one.
Yeah, a local man. A local, yeah. I know, I'm just sick of it. They think they're fooling people, but no one buys it. Anyone that's awake can see through the fog. It's just BS.
But do you not realize that it's illegal to print negative stories about ethnic minorities in the newspapers?
I know that. They're held to lower standards than us, and they can't be held accountable no matter what.
No, that's actually in the UN Compact on safe and orderly migration.
Yeah. Well, it's also been that they are not to be accountable for anything. That's
what the compact states, word for word, is you are precluded from printing negative stories about ethnic minorities in press reports.
Yeah. Why do you think that is, 42?
Because they've got this strange idea that if they just don't put it in the press that ethnic minorities commit crimes, everybody will think that they never commit crimes. It's a fucking stupid policy. enacted by
Delusion.
enacted by stupid people
Uh-huh.
and is believed only by gullible people.
Exactly. But yeah, people time and time again have called them out on this bullshit, and yet they still do it all these decades later. Like that description many years ago of women and her daughter was killed and her husband took his own life. But again, that was the giveaway that it was a non-white family, because these people have a reputation of killing their families and then killing themselves. So that was the giveaway. But it's just, who are they trying to kid with this bullshit? Doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Well, Packer,
Yeah.
how's yourself?
I'm all good. I'm fine. Still going to the pub. Still getting drunk.
Always a good plan.
Living my life in mostly white Lincolnshire.
What about your dad? Are you still eating mostly meat?
Yeah, I'm eating entirely meat, eggs, butter, milk. It's all going well. Lost no end of weight. Feel much better. You should look into it. There's a guy on the tubes called Dr. Ken Berry. He's a good start. It's called the carnivore diet, and human beings are designed to eat mostly meat. That's how we made it through the Ice Age.
Well, one of my memes for next week is going to be if humans are not supposed to be carnivores, why is there no cave paintings of broccoli?
Exactly, yeah. Precisely, yeah. I mean, how do you think that human beings made it through an ice age? By planting broccoli.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, no, we're designed to eat other stuff if we have to. We can sustain ourselves on it, but it's not what we should eat. Apparently, if you look into it, when human beings came into being, we ate a 99.9% carnivore diet. It's good for our bodies. It's good for our brains. It made our brains grow. So, most of what we eat today is food-like stuff. Most of the things invented in the last 100 years are not food. They are food-like stuff. They are packed full of oils and seeds and shit that we just shouldn't be having. Don't blame the fat for what the sugar did. Is where you want to start. Okay, don't eat sugar. Don't eat seed oils. Don't eat seeds. Don't eat bread. I mean, I know bread sounds a bit strange, but it's sugar. It's cake. Cut sugar out your life. Cut it out completely.
Where I'm going to attempt to make a start on is no more fizzy drinks.
That's a good start. I mean, the amount of sugar in fizzy, it's just mental. Okay, take a look at the sugar in what you eat and stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Ludwig has just come up with another good point. We probably made it through the ice age with heat pumps because of the device that sucks the warm air out of the ambient air is going to heat your.
That's what they were doing. Yeah, they stuck a tube in the snow outside and sucked the warmth out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon if you live in Spain, a heat pump is probably going to work.
Yeah, for the 2 months a year you might want it.
Yeah, Spain is probably going to work. In Belfast, not so much. No. I've been outside during the winter in Belfast. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Just like on the face of it,
it's not nice from October till about fucking May.
Yeah,
is it? Be honest.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's Belfast. Could you imagine a heat pump up where DJ Resisting the Pies lives, the Highlands of Scotland?
Yeah, it's mental. It's just mental.
Just whenever you hear the description of how it works, it sucks the warm air from the outside temperature.
Right. So if you live somewhere cold, you're fucked already.
Yes.
Go on, keep talking. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? See if the outside temperature can heat your house. You don't need a heater. I'm currently heating my house with the outside temperature because it's
if it's 30 degrees outside, open some windows. You'll be warm. Yeah, just don't make any sense, does it?
Yeah.
I've got heat pumps in my house. And they don't even do jack shit. They take forever to warm up even a small space in the room, and they're just not that good. I just don't know what all the hype was. They're just not very efficient.
About 12 months ago, my boiler carked it, and I bought a brand new boiler. Just a normal communal garden Burns oil boiler.
Actually, how did you end up with heat pumps?
They were here already because I'm living in a housing association house, and I had no say in the matter. They said they were being put in. I tried to put it off for as long as I could, and then a year later, they finally practically cornered me into the room and said, "Well, we need to do them."
Right, and what do you have for a secondary form of heat?
Just my dressing gown and a couple of water bottles.
So you're currently living in a house that works off heat pumps in Scotland.
Yes.
What's your room temperature like in the winter? At night?
If there's no heat at all, it's pretty cold. I could actually see my breath.
Right. Have you bought a thermostat? Or not a thermostat, fuck. My head's going here. That device tells you what temperature it is inside your house.
Thermometer. Like a barometer, maybe?
No, thermometer. Have you bought a thermometer?
No, I haven't got anything like that, no.
Right. Buy yourself a thermometer. Keep a record of the temperature inside your house.
Mm-hmm.
And during the winter, and then take that record to your housing association and ask them if they believe that to be suitable.
Okay, I'll certainly look into seeing where I can get a thermometer.
Emma G got one because there was a place that she was working was cold. So one second. Yeah. Mr. Vincent Griffin, yeah, you missed the Emma G thing. That was at the start of the night. She was talking about the death of their father. It was quite emotional. So you might want to try to catch
brace
that
yourself,
again.
Vincent. I had to go away. I had to go outside and fucking take a moment.
Yeah, it's quite it's emotional.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah.
I went outside for a little while and spoke to my mum. Thanks for that, because I needed it, and I genuinely mean that.
Yeah,
very moving. Very moving tribute.
That's one thing. This is people speak to your family. Do, because particularly your parents, because if you've got I would say the average age of this channel's somewhere from about 47 up, and if you're still got parents, speak to them, because
all right. So she said while you were talking to her about her dad being a daft ass, and embarrassing her, and she didn't get it till later, right? Yes, of course he was. He knows that you're his daughter. He knew exactly what he was fucking doing, because I'm a dad, and we know that. We know what we're doing. You will get it later. Don't worry about it. It's cool with us. Yeah? Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I totally get that. You know, it's a bank of memories.
You might squirm in the moment, but one day I know you'll look back on it and go, yeah.
Yeah.
Pax Max, whereabouts in the world are you? Pax Max saying his mum has drilled well heat pump, works perfect, keeps 180 square meters very warm.
The only place my heat pump radiator works well for some reason is in the hallway, just next to the front door. That spot heats up very quickly, but the living room and the bedroom does not heat up much, and it would take a long, long time. It would take several hours before I feel any heat coming off of it.
I honestly think that how well a heat pump's going to work has to be determined by the outside weather. However, Pax Max is in Sweden, which is not the warmest place in the world.
No.
But I think he must have a. I think his mum must have a heat pump that gets. He said it was wall drilled or something. It must go to somewhere that's warm. Oh, see, if you drill down far enough into the ground, you get to warm earth.
Yeah, you can do that anywhere.
Yeah. But I don't think the ones that they're putting in all the council facilities in Great Britain are like that.
No, we're not getting that.
No, we're getting something that sucks it from the air.
Yeah,
just rip off.
In Greenland where they've got hot springs and whatnot. Yeah, that's all cool. I can understand the logic. But yeah, 2 meters into the dirt in northern England, it's not happening, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just not happy. I'm not impressed with these bloody heaters. Before that, I had storage heaters. Now, they're antiquated, of course, but they actually produced much more noticeable heat, and they were actually more comfortable to sit with. But the flip side was they would only come on at night.
Yeah, they did it at 1 o'clock in the morning when you didn't need it.
Hold on. Right. Sorry, Rory. Whenever you come in there, it was on the lower level of the things that I see on my screen, and I hadn't noticed you there. I'm very sorry about that.
No, that's perfectly all right. 42.
Sported the John Davidson look tonight.
Well, absolutely. You see, I thought I'd do that. You know, and Master Packer, what a lovely little boy you are.
Give him a wave.
Say something. Hello, Master Packer. Yes.
Say something.
Excellent.
Hello. Shout hello, or you going to bed? Hello. There you go.
There we go. Excellent. So where were we? Oh yes. Heat pumps and. Do you remember? I'm sure you do, 42 and others. Do you remember those radiators we used to have? The what were they called?
Economy 7.
Overnight, yeah, they have overnight.
Yeah. It was basically a breeze block.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
and
a breeze
cheap electricity, wouldn't they? Overnight.
Yeah. It was a breeze block coated in metal that they put heat into during the night, and it released it during the day.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It was all gone by 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh no, that was a theory.
Well, I've owned 2 houses with those in. I mean, my first house I had them, and Packer's absolutely right. Yeah, they'd heat up overnight. They'd warm it up in the morning when you went to work, and your house would be bloody freezing by the time you got back.
You get home at 5, and it was freezing till after you went to bed.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I want the address. Linda's question. So what, they work in England, not in Britain. Now, Pax Max is saying that the one in his mother's house is drilled into the bedrock, pumps down at -3 degrees. Water comes up at 5 degrees Celsius. It circulates, right? So what they're doing is they're drilling down into the bedrock where there is a natural heat from the soil that's above it, and then extracting the heat from there. That's why it's working in Sweden. However, the ones that they're giving us in Britain are attempting to extract hot air from the air that's outside, and the air that's outside in the winter in Britain is probably
It's not warm.
1 degree above freezing.
Yeah, it's like
Well, Eccles Viking, you're talking about your experience with them just now. I mean, I imagine they're pretty damn useless. My neighbour, I'd left my extractor fan on the kitchen on overnight, and they came up rather angrily the other day and said, "Have you just installed a heat pump? Because I can hear it blowing air and it's keeping me awake." And I said, "No, absolutely not. Sorry, I kept the extractor fan on." But so obviously they make a bit of noise, these things.
Yeah, it just makes a buzzing noise and really irritating.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the unit which powers it, well, the original unit source, is actually some distance away from the apartment. It's in the airing room, but they all sit in a frame in a cage. But sometimes downstairs, I can hear their heat pump system going. It sounds like a tumble dryer going all bloody night. It really drives me crazy. So the winter's not going to be fun with that thing going all the time.
Yeah. Well, Ludwig's got the obvious way to make this work.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah, live above an active volcano. You can get a heat pump to work there. Not a problem.
Yeah, well, but there's never a volcano when you need one, an active one.
I can think of somewhere to be an active volcano. It's known as Westminster.
Yeah. Well, the nearest for me is Holyrood.
I thought they were like slurry pits.
No, they're just public lavatories. The biggest London has, and Edinburgh has the biggest lavatory in Holyrood.
Well, our lavatory is currently blocked.
Yes, full of shit. All the shit that they're talking in there, so I'm not surprised.
No, we've from our peace process started. I don't know. I think it's 25 years ago. Our parliament that we got for the peace process has been closed something like 60% of the time.
Yeah,
because the parties can't agree.
Yeah, listen, I want to tell you, recently I called Stormont. I managed to get through to one of the offices in there, and I just asked, is the Parliament sitting in session? And she said not at the moment, but it will be rectified when appropriate. Now, I know what she meant, that obviously one party is not sitting in there.
No, nobody's sitting in there.
Yeah, I know. I was under that impression.
Right. The way it works is we... Oh, fuck. This should actually go into a strange sports section. Right. The rules of our parliament. You have to have, in order to form a government in Northern Ireland, because we're familiar with this, right? Where you have a parliament and you've got the people that win the votes and win the election, they sit on one side, and the party that don't win as many votes and as many seats, they sit on the other side and are in opposition to each other, right? Yep. And then they argue back and forward and produce laws, right?
Yeah.
R1, in order to form a government, you have to have the largest unionist party and the largest nationalist party form a coalition, right? Which isn't great whenever one party wants to be part of the United Kingdom in
It has to
Northern
be a
Ireland.
coalition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
has to
know.
be right. A coalition between one party that wants Northern Ireland to be part of the United Kingdom and another party that doesn't want Northern Ireland to exist as a country.
Exactly. Now, I know that she meant the DUP is the ones not wanting to sit in there, but she just didn't elaborate. I already knew, but I just wanted to hear from her. Yeah.
So, right, but if you can't get those two largest parties to agree and form a government, you can't have a government. Now, while currently it's the DUP that have said, fuck that shit, we're not going back. This is not going the way we want, and we're not going in. The rest of the time, whenever the parliament has been down, it has always been Sinn Féin. Right, and if you add up the amount of years that Sinn Féin had it closed, like they had it closed, whenever we got the world record, it was up to 5 years. The longest non-functioning government in the world. That was Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was wanting to tell you something. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'll tell you afterwards.
Right. How can you govern a country that you don't believe exists? This is the problem. They govern it as if it doesn't exist. And they try to enact laws as if it doesn't exist. But that's, this is the level of fucked up we're dealing with in this country. And it's lauded around the world as a wonderful peace process that works for everyone, when the reality is that it works for fucking no one.
Yeah. Well, you can always trust Sinn Féin to fuck things over. And the idiots that follow them. I wanted to just say there, I was watching a documentary, short one, a few nights ago, and these guys, they're all Sinn Féin lovers, and they're all claiming that Northern Ireland, they don't even feel British, and British does not even remotely resemble them, and they are more Irish than anything. And yet, some of the comments in the channel were, "You're British, you're born in Northern Ireland, you're British, deal with it, son." So it was basically two idiots running Sinn Féin propaganda, claiming that they're Irish, although they've never lived in Ireland, because they were asked, and they said, never lived there, I've always lived in Northern Ireland, or north of Ireland, he says. It's just the usual shout of shit that you'll get voting for those wankers.
Oh, Vincent, they're not just a racist organization, they're a fucking terrorist organization.
They're Marxist. They're cultural Marxists.
Yeah, but they also still have a functional terrorist organization in them, right? The leaders of Sinn Féin sit in the Army Council of the Irish Republican Army, which has not, by the way, gone away. It's a fucking joke. You can put a monkey in a suit, but it doesn't make it a person. It's just a monkey in a suit.
Exactly.
You can put a terrorist in a parliament, but it doesn't make them a politician. They're just a terrorist in a parliament.
Yeah. That was the other thing.
How long do you think it will last, 42?
Oh, until we have the war.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Yeah. Can I just say quickly something there?
We're very close to having the war.
Yeah, I was going to say that for the documentary I watched. It was just these Sinn Féin supporters were claiming that they're intimidated by the bonfires of leading up to the 12th of July, and yet the journalist asked him, "So what would your solution be?" "Well, we want Ireland to unite. We want the British out of Ireland, and we want to be an independent country." And yeah, I thought to myself, hypocrites. They're claiming that they're intimidating, but they're prepared to use force to get them out, because she said, "So what would you do if they don't leave?" "Oh, we'll force them to leave." So there you have it. Hypocrites who will use violence to just push their agenda, but yet they're saying certain group of people are violent towards them. Yeah, you just couldn't make this shit up.
No, there's a term for the removal in part or on whole of any group of people on the grounds of ethnic or religious grounds, and that word's genocide.
No, I know that, but it's laughable when they say they're not British, they're Irish, and yet they're living in Northern Ireland, therefore they're British, so they should go fuck themselves.
No, well, they could fuck off the other side of the border and be Ireland's problem.
Exactly. Go live in Ireland if they really want to be Irish.
This problem was solved in 1921 whenever we divided the country and said, here, you have that bit, we'll have this bit. In a similar way that we'll talk about Kosovo. Kosovo declared themselves an independent country, and they separated from Serbia, but they left a chunk of Serbian areas in what they now call Kosovo, where they constantly have a fight. And in the same way that the Kosovo people do not respect the right of the Serbians that want to remain part of Serbia, the Irish people are not respecting the rights of the people in Northern Ireland who wish to remain part of the United Kingdom. And they have never accepted where the dividing line is, and that we're coming very, very close to the next. Oh, and by the way, in the Sinn Féin bookshop, they have a book called The Devil's Dictionary, which described peace as a period of fighting between a period of cheating between two periods of war. And we are very close to coming to the end of the period of cheating, because we have now reached an impasse where the unionist community are not going to cave and give in and say, no, we'll do what you want for a quiet life. We've reached that line, and it's the reason why the DUP are not going into Parliament is because if they do go in, they are never going to be in political power again, because nobody's going to vote for them. The TUV is taking votes off them at the minute, even though they are refusing to go into government. So the DUP has to hold the line. And the DUP obviously also might want to have a think about what's coming behind them if they don't hold the line, because their councillors and all, their MPs live in pretty nice areas, but their councillors still live in working class areas, and that could get messy. We're not fond of traitors over here.
So 42, in just a rough conservative estimate, when do you reckon we're going to hear of stuff kicking off? Just if you have a theory, an idea when you might.
Well, let's see. There was 3 people shot in Belfast yesterday. There was 6 bombs found in Londonderry yesterday. The police were attacked with masonry, blast bombs. They have found weapons and ammunition. There was somebody shot in Londonderry a couple of weeks ago. And what is happening with the trouble in the nationalist areas is the nationalists have decided it's time for them to prove a point that we're willing to shoot people. And their hope is that because the institutions and both governments have seen violence in the nationalist areas. Oh, yeah. Yes, by the Roman Catholics. Right, okay.
So it's already starting now.
Right. So this is them playing their hand. This is them going, you have to do what we're wanting. You have to just go along with having a border in the Irish Sea. You have to you have to go along with everything that we want because you don't want to go back to the bad old days and look at all these people throwing fucking masonry at you. And we'll make this messy. And so they're hoping that's going to cause the DUP to cave because, well, fuck, we can't go back to the bad old days. And this is what has happened historically through the 25 years of the peace process. The nationalists have went nuts and are like, oh, fuck no, we need to appease these people. And we have come to a point where the politicians have been told, the councillors have been told, the police have been told, if you go ahead and do this, it's on like fucking Donkey Kong. We're going for it. They began putting people into the port of Larne to administer the cross-border checks in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
These were EU officials and stuff. And on a Friday, they were told, yeah, anybody turns up that office on Monday's getting shot.
Yeah, I heard about that some years ago. I remember that threat.
And
it was taken seriously.
Oh, it was taken serious because it was serious.
Oh, I know.
42. May I just? I noticed Anglo-Saxon made a comment in the chat regarding Jerry Adams and Martin McGuinness.
Yep.
Some years ago, I read that I think it was 2 para sergeants and sergeant majors bought a couple of bottles, which they would only be drunk on the death of Martin McGuinness and Jerry Adams. So one of them is obviously being drunk, and the other one might be getting a bit old by these days. But there we go. I thought I'd just mention that.
Oh, I wanted to mention something. Do you know how you mentioned the Sinn Féin bookshop? That's the same place, the actual place where those 2 delusional idiots were saying that they were not British. Yeah, I just remembered that now as you said it. Yeah. And again.
I'm off topic a little bit there, 42.
Yep.
Carry on.
Oh no, I was looking for a video there, but I can't seem to find it quickly. There is a video. It may have been taken down, but there's a video of Martin McGuinness, who was the deputy first minister of Northern Ireland, who was at the head of the head of education for a while, and it's a video of him being interviewed in London Diary and saying that anybody that helps the British state would be murdered, and that's the type of person. That's the type of person that we're willing to have in government. It's fucking nuts.
Yes.
Really okay, can I just throw a spanner in the works or a brick at you, or however you want to feel about this? Have the Republic and Great Britain not got bigger fish to fry right now? When it comes to the, who is running or taking over their country, all of us.
Well,
what concerning the your
yeah, I mean, because my thought is that the troubles between the British and the Republic of Ireland would be a handy distraction from what is actually going on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. As somebody else has said in the chat, that the stuff that I've just talked about there, it's happened in the last 2 weeks.
None of that's
right.
And that's none of what's been.
Yeah, but none of that's reported in mainland UK.
No.
So it's not being used as a distraction.
No, but it's a but it's a distraction for you lot. It doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter to the wider UK because we've got transgender issues and things to worry about.
Yeah,
but to you lot, it's a distraction, whereas you're the other people that live in your country would do better to look over their shoulder to what's happening in their country. Perhaps is all I'm saying.
Oh,
right. The same as we would all do better to look at what's actually happening.
Yeah, but
Northern Ireland is our country.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about those that don't think that Northern Ireland should be a separate country would do better to look at what's happening in Southern Ireland right now.
Yeah,
and focus on that problem rather than.
Here's the thing: the same Sinn Féin political machine that wants the British people, and by that I don't just mean the institutions or whatnot, the actual anybody, any citizen that that is identified as British, they want them out of the country. That same political machine wants mass migration
into Southern Ireland, yeah.
Right, but they want mass migration into Ireland. They want
right. I get that, but
right, the
machine wants that.
Right,
the machine wants that, but as the same
as
in the rest of the UK, the people don't want that. Surely,
exactly, and I think they're fighting against it.
If you have a look, at all the nationalist areas, but if you look at all the nationalist areas in Belfast and Londonderry and everywhere in between, that's where you'll find all your immigrants, mate. That's where they are quite happy to have anybody that's not British.
Well, they're getting pretty angry about it in Dublin, from what I can see. 42.
So what you're basically saying is the Irish parts of Northern Ireland, are filling with immigrants. How are the Irish people in those parts feeling about that?
Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. They do not give a flying fuck about who they bring in, so long as they're not British.
Yeah.
As far as because the more people they get in, the more votes they have, the easier it is to get rid of the British people.
Yeah, they're just fucking racists. End of. That's all they are. They've got the cheek.
How do you think that's going to work out for them in those areas? I mean, it's a loaded question because I know how it's going to work out for them.
That's a good question. Good question, Packer.
How it's going to end out? How it's going to end up? I honestly don't know.
Well, they're going to, I think they're going to find that in their areas of your country, they're going to find themselves in a third world ghetto with a mosque on every corner.
Well, I was just about to say,
and a hostile entity on their doorstep.
Phrase, isn't it? Import the third world, become the third world.
They deliberately turned all of their areas into ghettos for
that's saying never interrupt your enemy while they're making a mistake.
They deliberately turned their areas into lawless ghettos for 30 fucking years. If you turn
law, it'll be Sharia law.
No,
hang on.
No, but if you're happy to live in a lawless ghetto, having other people in the lawless ghetto with you that look a bit different isn't really a problem,
right?
I
follow that logic, but it's gonna fall on its ass at some point.
Yeah, you would hope that it would.
Dawn Browning. But at least we're not speaking English.
Oh, by the way,
Nice one, Tom.
You'll also know that you may or may not know that the Irish Republican Army are very, very good friends with Hamas. They're very, very good friends with a lot of Middle Eastern. They're very good friends with PLO. They're very good friends.
Well, they're terrorists, so of course they are,
right,
and they share the same ideology.
And all that I get. However, the way it goes is they will move in, take over, and impose their laws.
They probably don't. They probably don't believe that.
Well,
it's
they're going to find out.
Yeah. There's a powder keg. There's many fuses going on in this current powder keg that's brewing.
Well, all I'll say just now, 42, is whatever happens, just keep yourself and Emoji and family safe. Do what you have to do to survive.
Well, I'm pretty not worried sitting where I am. I'm yeah. If things go bad, I'm in quite an okay spot.
Okay. Do you mean by your community will stand by each other?
Oh, yes.
Good. That's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant.
We put it this way. See if it ever comes to the point where people need to put barricades up around our community.
Yeah.
I would rather be doing that where I am now with people that are not doing it for the first time.
Oh yeah, you've got
fuck me.
You've got form, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I remember years ago I asked you this, well, about a year and a half ago, about the barricades, and you said, "Yep, it's not your first time being behind the barricade. You've seen it all your life, so you're certainly a veteran."
Yeah.
Oh, I've got two of me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. I don't know why there's two. Can you delete one of me? Somehow I've got two of me in there. I was trying to upload my avatar, but I couldn't.
Okay. Here, Finny, see if you're in a game and you're sitting in backstage and I haven't seen you, stick something in the chat, mate. Because I'm not sure how long you were there.
That's all right.
Bill, how's yourself?
Again. I'm all right, considering. It's fucking hot down here, man. It's like being in Spain. It's absolutely roasting. But you can't complain about having some nice weather for a change.
No, you can't.
What are you talking about, man? How do we be happy? I don't want to talk about anything depressing anymore.
Right.
We've got to talk about a solution. Not the solution. It's like when this shit stops, everything's going to go back to normal, because it cannot continue in the stupid way that. I'm in London, man. I've got the power to fucking do things because of where I'm situated, and I'm a very clever bloke. But because I'm skint and I haven't been working for a long time, I don't have that other power, the clout. But
whereabouts in London are you?
Kingston upon Thames, where Henry VIII used to live, Hampton Court.
And how is it there?
I live in New Malden. It's actually in between Kingston and Wimbledon. It's okay, but it's not. No. There's rubbish on the streets. It's a liberal-run area. It's Sir Edward Davey is the MP, but he's not in control of the council. He's a nice man. I've met him. He's a lovely fella, but I don't. His policies, mate. Like people have two sides of their own personality. You've got the public persona. You've got their actual persona. I can talk to people on multiple levels because I'm honest. I don't know. It's heartbreaking, to be honest. Sometimes.
I'll ask you another way. How English is it in Kingston?
It's okay. It's predominantly white, and a lot of the people here that are foreign are nice people. They're not horrible people.
Fine.
We don't have
most
these.
foreigners are nice people. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, exactly. They're normal
Never
humans
did.
like we all
I
are.
come from Ilford, and Ilford as an English place is gone.
You're at Ilford now, you mean?
Yeah. I know.
Roughly.
I come from Ilford, and it's gone.
Is that near?
I go down. If I went down there now, it's a different country. I have been back, and it is a different country.
Is that near
That's all
Orpington?
I'm asking. It's like, what is
Ilford
the climate
is
like?
Essex,
Oh, Packer.
Yes.
Sorry, here's a quick question. Is Ilford going to be included in the ULEZ zone? I saw something in the press today about some boroughs of Essex were going to be included in the static cars ULEZ.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is. Yeah.
And so, but I couldn't believe it. I mean, hold on a minute. You're meant to be the
ULEZ is an
mayor
absolute fucking nonsense.
the mayor of London. But that's not in London. It used to be Essex, but apparently it's now
don't worry though,
expanded.
because they'll all vote for him in Ilford.
Right. I know. I was like, hold on a minute. This can't be right. How can the mayor of London have charge over Essex? But apparently he does.
Yeah, it's a London borough.
ULEZ isn't a bad thing, though. I don't understand. It's a distraction. People talking rubbish about ULEZ. It's nothing to do with Sadiq Khan. He's not in control of it. And I live in a highly polluted area. My flat is 10 grand worth less because it's a higher pollution area. I can taste the diesel smoke, even the petrol smoke. My car is 2001. It's an old BMW. It's ULEZ compliant. I don't understand. These idiots, they're idiots with diesel vans who can't be bothered to buy a new one. Anything that's polluting should be off the road. Simple as. You can't blame him for anything. If he wasn't the mayor, if Boris was the mayor, he'd still be doing it. It's nothing to do with Sadiq Khan. I don't understand. The cameras, yeah, because if they've got facial recognition, blah blah blah, that still doesn't matter. It's not about. It's about the pollution. It's the ultra low emission zone. My car is a 2001 E46 BMW. It passes the emission.
Well. Yeah, but Vinny G, I mean, what if you can't afford to?
Well, what?
A new car or a ULEZ compliant
well, then
car.
you don't live in London. You just move out of London when it doesn't affect. The ULEZ is not. It's only in London because there's 11 million people here. There's 5 million people driving around every day. The majority of people have decent cars. I'm driving a 2001 BMW. It's ULEZ compliant. So all these idiots are talking out their fucking arse crack. Simple as. They're all the hippies. They're the Extinction Rebellion lot. The majority of them all. Some of my mates are them. They can't argue with me because they're too fucking dumb. They're not clever enough to understand what is actually going on in the world. They're all jabbed up. None of you guys are jabbed, surely. That's a bioweapon.
Do you think? No. You think Extinction Rebellion is against ULEZ? Is that what you're saying?
Some of the people, they're the same people that are marching up and down. They're all complied with the vaccine. They're all on that spectrum. They're all fucking autistic anyway, to be honest. Listen, I had some little prick downstairs threatened to beat me up earlier. I called the fucking police, 999, because I would kill the cunt, not the other way round.
Yeah, don't go into any of that. Explain to us, right? So explain to us.
The police were on my side. I was telling some on 999. I was telling them I'm going to kill this fucking idiot, and they were like, "No, don't do that. We don't want you to do that." They knew they were on my side because it was self-defense. I was being threatened by a little 25-year-old kid. I've lived in my flat for 22 years, mate. You know what I mean? I'm fully aware of what's going on. The police are on my side. I've had some fucking a fake politician. They've got the Kingston County Court. They've tried to charge me $6.5 grand for some bullshit non-criminal offence. It's all a load of nonsense. The only outcome of this is I'm going to do a law degree. I don't know how much it costs, but I'll fucking borrow the money. I live in London. I can do anything I want. I can borrow this. I can borrow that. I can go and mate, I'm friends with Muslims. I spoke to a guy earlier. I've got to put the thing. He's got a 5-litre Dodge Charger. No, sorry, a Ford Mustang. 5-litre. He's a Turkish. They came from the fucking war when them dirty Taliban cunts were killing all the Yazidis, whatever they were, raping their women. He's from there. He's a not Turkish. He's Turkmenistan or something like that, in between. He's a lovely fella. I said, is it all right if I take a couple of pictures of your car? I won't get the number plate. And he goes, yeah, no, he's not doing anything illegal. He's got a 5-litre American motor in London. That's ULEZ compliant. I said, how much is it to fill the petrol tank? My car cost me £110 to fill it up. It's 80 litre. He said his thing was 85 litres. It cost like 130 quid. It's gone up. But he has to keep filling it up like 2-3 times a week because it's 5 litre. He don't give a fuck about fucking grotty scumbag. I hate them all, mate. Because I'm old, 56. I've been watching all this shit happen. Oh, it's a nightmare. I ain't got no support. The only support I've got is the scrubs. Mate, without Chris Dangerfield, I would have probably killed a few people by now. No joke, mate. No fucking joke. Why not? Only in self-defence. I'm not a murderer.
Yeah, self-defence kill people, but other than that,
yeah.
Right, so
exactly. It ain't the first time that I've had to do it. Anyway, you got your boy at the back. I've got to mind my language a bit. I don't want him hearing the effing and
no, trust me, he is worse for me, and he ain't even listening. He's on. What's he playing?
Oh, that's all right.
What are you playing, Bob?
Anyway, I don't know. I'm trying to be happy, man. It seems like you've got a lot of sadness on this stream tonight.
He's playing Fortnite. Don't worry about it. He ain't listening.
Okay. I used to play one called Soldier of Fortune, which was good.
Right, so hang on. I want you to explain to me, right? Because I disagree with you, Les. But I live in the countryside, and it's not affecting me. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's no point. There's no point in you even wasting any brain cells on it. It's not. It's a distraction for you in your real life.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, but I got the nasty feeling that it's coming my way.
No, because
15-minute cities and ULEZ and all that shit's coming my way. It's nasty suspicion that's happening. So put my mind at rest. Explain
the
to me.
15-minute city is lazy. If you're lazy enough and you just want to get all your stuff delivered from Amazon, then the 15-minute city sounds good to you. I can't do that because I fucking need to drive my car. I'm a driver. I used to be a getaway driver. Do you agree or disagree? With what?
15-minute cities.
Oh no, I totally disagree with the 15-minute cities, but I don't disagree with the ULEZ.
Okay, so explain to us why you agree with ULEZ.
Because I'm fucking dying, so I'm shouting at you. I'm just shouting.
No, it's fine. Emotional. I don't mind.
I'm dying of pollution from these dirty fucking vans, mate. And these old. It's not. I don't know. The buses are electric. Yeah. Sadiq Khan's all right-ish. He's not. Right. I'm not promoting him. He's from Tooting. It ain't far. Tooting is a fucking shithole. There's cars in the traffic. When you get a traffic jam, you are just breathing in the pollution out of the car in front. You cannot open your windows. Having aircon on costs you extra money with your petrol. It drains your petrol 10 or 15% more. You know, my aircon doesn't work in my car.
Right. So what?
Anyway, go on, 42.
What do you need for your car to be ULEZ compliant? And if it's ULEZ compliant, do you get any charges whatsoever?
For me, my car is ULEZ compliant.
Right. So, this hasn't
21 years old.
Right. Okay.
So it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense, mate.
Right. So,
anyway,
so provided your car's ULEZ compliant, you don't get any charges whatsoever. Is that correct? Right.
Yeah, I'm driving apart from
apart from the
charge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 42.
But that's only in the workout. After 7 p.m. There's no congestion charge. You can drive in and out of London anywhere you want because there's no traffic jams. That's all it is.
Okay, right. So, what does your car need to be ULEZ compliant?
It needs to be, the emissions are low enough, and it's about they're increasing the alcohol content, the ethanol content in the petrol. So I use E5, or they were all E5. I use a super unleaded, which is still E5. It's more the higher octane, 97 RON octane. Whereas the cheap shit unleaded that pollutes more because it's crap. It's cheap shit. It's like drinking piss lager. You're going to have a headache and you're going to be sick in the morning. You drink some decent lager like I'm drinking now, and it doesn't affect you in that way. You're still Copus Mentis. I won't get a hangover in the morning because I've only had a few.
Right.
So there's no diesel, yeah?
Yeah, it's about the diesel. The new diesel vehicles can have that AdBlue, or their emissions are so low because the engines are built much more economic.
So diesel can be okay.
Yeah, they put an AdBlue in. It's a detergent that stops the smoke being going to kill you or the children.
Can you do that? Can you do that in any diesel, or has it got to be like from a certain year onwards?
Yeah, a certain year on. I don't know.
It is.
Diesel's
honestly, God, I don't know, so I'm asking.
Well, diesel is mostly for only on farm vehicles and that, where they use the red stuff, or in boats where it's fine. But if you've got any common sense, you won't touch diesel because it's disgusting. It's not been refined enough. Whereas petrol is cleaner because it's refined. So the fumes that come out are a lot less harmful. It's a cleaner substance than diesel is dirty. It's disgusting. You must have watched Top Gear.
Hang on
Clarkson,
hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I live in the country. I need a truck for my job. I cannot afford to run a petrol truck.
No.
I just can't afford it. It's too expensive. I have a diesel truck, right? My truck is 21 years old.
Yeah, so that won't be compliant.
Right. So from my logic, because my truck is 21 years old.
Yeah. You can still drive into London. You just have to pay the extra charge, the £15 a day.
And honestly, God, trust me, I don't want to drive in London. That's never going to happen.
No,
but
it's not going to affect you then.
Right. But it will be coming my. Are you saying it's never going to come my way? Because my argument is it will come my way. This shit will spread out. It's already gone from the middle of London to the outside of London.
Maybe. Right? So then you'd have to drive around Ilford. You couldn't drive through it. Right. That's all. You have to go on a ring road.
Yeah, maybe. But eventually it's going to be the whole of London. Then it's going to be the whole of the southeast.
By that time, you'll either be dead, no offence, or you'd have to afford to get a newer diesel van.
No.
Right. I can't afford to get a newer diesel van. I need one for
of course you can. That can't afford is not the right attitude. You have to have the attitude of, I can afford it.
It's not an attitude. It's an actual...
a mindset then.
Factual, monetary thing. It's not an attitude.
Yeah, but
I can't walk into a dealership with an attitude and buy a vehicle.
Well, that's how all the fucking other countries... That's how they do it. They go in there, pretend they're a TikTok star or whatever, and I've got the £10,000 deposit, the £1,000 deposit, and they're selling crack to get the money or whatever. But that's another story. You're not like that, I know. I don't know. You have to.
Another argument, Vinny, if I could make it, is I mean, people who own sort of car repair businesses within the ULEZ zone, I mean, they're complaining they're going to lose a lot of business or even go out of business because then people won't drive into the zone for them to repair their old cars anymore. I think I'd like your opinion on that one because I think that's something that just hasn't really been discussed.
I don't know. It's just they're all just whinging. They're just them whingy liberals, mate. To be honest, anyone with any common sense would already be driving an electric truck or they've got like this geezer don't care. A 5 litre.
Nobody with common sense is driving an electric truck.
No, if it's for your job, I mean, if you're working, you've got to do that. Then you don't pay any tax.
No,
you don't pay any road tax. You don't have to buy any fuel anymore.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Get yourself a coal powered truck. That's a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah, a steam truck.
Yeah. No. Fuck. The electric's coming from coal.
We're not horse and cart. 42 horse and cart. There we go.
Yeah,
we're not shit on the roads. Why not? Yeah.
We're not getting the power all these electric vehicles from fucking.
I just see
wind and solar.
I just see Billy in the chat.
Yeah, like that's never going to happen.
I've missed. I wasn't looking in the chat, so I don't know what's going on.
And in my opinion, anybody that wants to buy an electric vehicle, work away, but part that off your own fucking solar panel, and see how well it works. And don't be bringing down our grid. We do not have the infrastructure for electric cars. We do not have the power capacity to power everybody's electric cars, and it is absolute fucking madness.
Where is it chilling? I'm so hot in this flat.
Yeah,
86.
That's because
86 degrees.
Yeah, we've got warm weather for a while, and nobody's equipped or kitted out for it.
I haven't got a fan on or anything. So what, mate? 42. You should get me on one time as a guest, I think.
Yes.
I've got to sort out my avatar. I need to get some headphones. I want to go on Chris's, but the headphones never work when I talk to him.
Right.
maybe.
See in the description of all my videos, there's an email address. Email me and we'll get it sorted out. And definitely I'll bring you on. We'll have a proper chat, make a show of it.
Why email?
Not a problem.
I just talk to you in, is it not? It's easier for me to talk to you in Telegram, no?
Oh yes, or get me on Telegram.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep, get me on Telegram. And see that this is a boomer in me. Email has for all my life been the easiest way to get a hold of people, and now it's starting to switch to Telegram. I haven't quite cottoned on yet. We'll get there. All sorts of problems trying to make my fucking Telegram group. Well, fuck.
I was gonna. I started one. There was only Wolfie. I think 3 people joined. Wolfie. I can't remember 2 others, and nobody else joined. So I just put all the stuff in the Scrubs lifeboat instead, and. I think it's all right. I think Lumi doesn't mind, but I feel like I've taken over the Scrubs thing sometimes.
But no, work away. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Right. See, I created the group. I created the channel for the putting memes on. The idea was I'll dump my memes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Right. Yes. Right. Well, see, whenever I set it up, no fucker can comment under the memes. It's just right. It's given it so that they can look at it, they can put a reaction on it, but they can't comment or have any conversation. I was at it tonight and I thought I had got the discussion to work, but no, I fucking created another Telegram channel called 42 Meme Canon Chat. It's fucking doing my head in, but I might. It's very early on. I've only started. There's only 8 people on it, so I might just transfer everything across to the main canon chat one and let it work.
I got thrown out. I got thrown out of the mean cannons by Crackalactica, whatever he's called. I had an argument with one of his mates. It's called the Sloppy Worm. He called me a faggot. He was calling me gay and shit. So yeah, I'm gay, and I posted a few rainbow things, and there's a big pink dick running down the road that Baz put in there, and I collected them things, and I was cutting him off, and not bad. I've took screenshots of all the thing. I must have broke his heart. I called him, I don't know, he's a twat. So then he's gone whinging to Crackalactica, and they blocked me out for that Fox Den chat. But to be honest, they've done me a favour because they're just proper Nazi racist shit. They're promoting. I think they're feds. I called him a glowy fed. And they locked me out, and I don't trust none of them cunts anymore. Salty Cracker's all right, but I think he's got too much money now, and he's just that spoils it. That's the same with anyone. They start off, they're good. All the pop stars.
Here's the problem with Salty Cracker. See, with the amount of people he's now getting attached to everything he goes to, how do you properly vet that? You can't.
Okay.
So right, you're going to get with the amount of people. I'm currently sitting with 19 people on this chat. A topped out, I think, of about 35. The people come back week on week. I know who's in my chat. I know what they're like. See if you've got 7,000 people in your chat. Good luck with figuring out who's who.
Yeah, you're going to have nutters.
Yeah,
he was getting 30,000 on his chat.
Yeah, right. You know, good luck with figuring out which ones are the lunatics. You know, and right, and then all they need to do is become a bit vocal in the chat, become a bit vocal in the spin-off telegrams, this, that, the other, and it's really easy to wingle your way into a place of authority with a load of people that aren't paying attention. You know, it's a volume thing, you know, and I don't think Salty's opinions have changed, but I think maybe the amount of maybe the people who have attached themselves to him has.
Yeah, I see. Because he's generating the money. They're suckers onto him. Parasites, they called it.
Well, see,
fucking if parasites, I hate them.
But not only that, if you're looking for an audience, instead of building your own, you can ingratiate yourself in somebody else's larger audience.
That's
I know what you mean. Anyway, maybe I should I don't know. I suppose I could get on Rags and Jax's thing, but I don't think Jax likes me that much. Jack, rather. That's not his real name, anyway. I don't think. Anyway, what's wrong? Why? How come Jack can't? Like we're all talking that, but we can stop talking and let the next person speak, and it's a flowing conversation. Whereas I see Rags getting the hump with Jack because he keeps cutting him off and interrupting, and I think he's just getting too stoned, isn't he, lately, Jack? He's been smoking that gelato and all that. That could be why.
Well, the night that Jack and Rags had on Paul Mumford.
Yeah, I've watched half of it.
Yeah, but Paul couldn't get a word on edgeways.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the worst one.
Yeah. The politest way of putting it is Jack's just not very good at interviewing people.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's just that.
Yeah, it's just... See...
Always busy.
You want to be... Whenever you're having a conversation with somebody, you need to try and keep an eye on how much you're talking and try to be talking like half the time. Yeah. Jack, the bit in people's brain that can do that, Jack's is broke.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all right. But he should do it. He should be on his own channel doing that. Then it would be okay because it's your channel, but because it's Rags' channel. Well, I shouldn't say. I don't like calling him. It's Steve. Steve, his name is. I know his name. Oops. I think everyone knows his name. Anyway, we've got to do something. So I thought that when I first joined the Scrubs lifeboat, Chrissy said come into it. Rags gave me the links. I couldn't get in. I was being blocked. I thought it was because we were going to do something serious on a political level to save this fucking country and the people in it, because these other idiots haven't got a clue. But it seems like people are just going, we're just fucking walking through. We're like the Walking Dead. We're walking into a zombie apocalypse. In the end, the food shortages, mate. I'm not scared of Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab. They're little fucking idiots, mate. I don't think they're as clever as I am. Honestly, I really don't. I think they're fucking interbred idiots. I know they are. They're fucking interbred. Anyone who's got I'm getting a double echo now. No, they're probably cutting me off. I can hear myself talking back to me now.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
The StreamYard is terrible.
Well, Vinny, what would you propose as a solution or first state of activism in order to solve the problem?
It isn't walking about on the streets waving banners and stuff, that's for sure.
Is it being elected? Even at local level?
No, it's taking the people to court who are committing the crime. There's the Royal Courts of Justice and the Supreme Court.
I even take the government to court, basically. I mean, all members of the government.
It's not the government. Yeah, the members of the government, certain ones.
But how much money do you have to raise to do that?
It's free. You know about Magna Carta?
Well, yes, obviously, but
so that still applies.
Right? No, but the
Magna you want Carta. To sue Rishi Sunak for something or any of the ministers, I don't think it's going to be free somehow.
I haven't got my law degree yet.
Right. Well, in order to even get a charging process done, you're going to have to figure out what you want to charge them with. Then you're going to have to present that to the court, and that is not going to be free. There may
be for me because I'm unemployed.
42.
I mean,
there is legal aid.
Yes.
Legal aid. It's above
for
that.
Some reason it seems to be used mainly for the immigrants, illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I've not read it.
Get it?
I've got a book by Thomas Paine. It's called The Common Sense and the Rights of Men. The Rights of Man. I haven't read it all yet. I'm just reading the introduction by Tony Benn, who was a lefty, but he wasn't a commie lefty.
Rory,
It was quite a conservative one.
Right, Rory.
Yes, 42.
The big cases that you're hearing about from the immigrants and the people who are trying to prosecute former soldiers and stuff like that, they're not being done on legal aid. There's no legal aid involved. What they're cables. What there is. Yep. What there is legal companies who.
My headphones have gone funny. I'm getting a double echo.
Yeah.
I'll have to go out and come back in again.
42. I tell you what I'll do. I'll send you a copy of a guide to English law that my son wrote a few years ago.
Yep.
By email, and if you could then forward that to Real Vinny, that would definitely help him with his upcoming law degree.
Certainly, I will do that.
If you have his email address,
we'll get that sorted out one way or another. I'll get him on Telegram. We can figure that.
Yeah, it's like a PDF file.
Yep, I will be able to get that sent. Now, the big cases that you're hearing, like, see all the immigrant cases that are fighting immigration and stuff, or fighting extradition, they're being handled pro bono by very large law companies with a shitload of resources behind them, and they don't care how much time, effort, or money they throw into them, because what they have is an ideological position and a successful law firm that's making a lot of money on all the other stuff that they do.
Yeah, because they're liberal law firms, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It looks good for them. Looks good in their advertising.
Yeah, it's but they're not doing that with legal aid. Legal aid is very restrictive in what you can and cannot do. Legal aid basically. Here's what legal aid's for. You get charged with a crime. Legal aid will pay for a solicitor to represent you so that you're not having to represent in court. That's pretty much as far as legal aid goes. There are some cases, like if you went to the Equality Commission and you had a good case, the Equality Commission may take that forward under their funding, which would mean you would be doing that case for free for yourself. But that is very, very selective. In which,
absolutely, exactly.
Right.
It's hardly going to pay you to go to the Supreme Court of this country.
Well,
all the way up, or to the Old Bailey or whatever.
Oh well, the Equality Commission of Northern Ireland has went up as far as the Supreme Court on the Bake the Cake case, and they funded that for the who was it? I can't remember. It was one of the LGBTQAI lobby groups that took the bakery to court.
Well, I mean, the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom was a Tony Blair invention.
Yes, right. But
wasn't it?
So the
Equality. What was wrong with the House of Lords, the law lords?
It was it wasn't given the decisions that Blair wants.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do I go out and come back in again?
No, you're live,
right?
Yeah, I know, but it shows me one behind backstage, and I'm getting an echo now. It was okay.
Hold on, right? Let's see.
I hear myself talking back. I mean, not an echo.
You got your YouTube,
right?
Muted.
Right, that's you back to one.
Oh, okay, that's cheers. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
You can. Oh, easiest way to live stream and record. That's what they say, but it's not true. I know about IT. This is not get started. It's free. Have I got to open up a StreamYard account or something? Is that why?
Yes, you need to open up a StreamYard account and also to stream.
Okay.
Right, and you'll need a destination for it, such as your YouTube channel. So what happens is you set up in StreamYard, you send it to YouTube, then it goes out on YouTube.
I've got a different one. I don't want to use my real name in that. I've got one called Big Ben Bongs, which it was my troll account, which I couldn't get it started, but I think I can now. But not now, I mean another day.
Yep.
So, what's the point? The only time I've come online is I've been on your one before.
Yeah.
This is the second time. It's the only time I've come on here. I have to watch what I say because the paedophile protectors can come and kick my door in and take me out on the way, and they want to jack you up with medicines and just put you in the nut house, don't they? Got to be careful.
Sorry.
I want to make people laugh, man. We need to do a comedy show one day. Comedy stream.
Did you just say you had a username called Big Ben's Bong?
No, Big Ben Bongs. It was something that Boris Johnson said. Remember?
Sorry, I misunderstood it. Yeah, I thought Big Ben.
No, not Big Ben Bong. Big Ben Bongs. But yeah, it's similar to that. That's what I thought it'd get people. It's just funny. But I just troll under my own name anyway. I ain't scared of no one. They're idiots. Most people are idiots anyway, to be honest. Get started. It's free. Get started. Sign up with Google. Oh, I'll just do that then, yeah. It just brings you in.
The other thing to bear in mind is you will, if you're wanting to stream on YouTube, you need to go through a process whereby you try to start a stream. Then it'll tell you that you need a few days cooling off period or while it sorts something out. So you can't just go, right, I'm going to stream on YouTube tonight for the first time. It needs to verify things and takes like a day or two.
It says you can't sign in from this screen because this app doesn't comply with Google's secure browsers policy. If this, that's what I was going to go on Chris's before it said that. I was like, I don't trust it because this Google account is linked to it's linked to the YouTube. They've got my bank account details and all that. Not that I've got any money in there at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I don't know. They don't steal your money, no.
No, I have no issues with StreamYard whatsoever, Mona.
Okay. It says error 403, disallowed user agent. I get that all the time. Error 403. Another time, at the moment, I'm too hot and bothered. I can't be bothered now to do that, unfortunately. But you can still hear me. It doesn't matter. I can look at you on the other screen. Who else? Exiled Vikings gone.
Yes.
I scared him off. I scared him off with my London accent. What is it? That joke was funny that Toffee said about someone showed him the penis and the two ladies had a stroke and one.
Yep.
I can't remember. One was what. That's an old one, but it's a goodie.
Yep.
StreamYard. What about Streamlabs? Isn't that a better one than StreamYard?
I honestly don't know. I've never been near it.
Maybe I'll try it. Anything's got to be better than TikTok. Bloody Chrissy's got addicted to TikTok. Just putting all TikTok things in the scrubs. I'm like, oh no, don't get into that.
Anybody watch his shorts? Are you watching his shorts?
Yeah, I watch loads. Well funny, some of them.
Yeah. I'm getting the irony, but I can't quite. I'm not sure I can stick with it.
I tried to change my name to the real Vincent Griffin. Oh no, it's echoing again now.
Right. Yes, because you haven't changed on that. You've brought another one in. I'm going to kick that one out. Right, hold on.
Yeah, kick that out.
Right.
Get that one.
No. I'm going to kick that.
It's easy when you know how. But now I can't see this video now, but I'll look at it on my phone. Doesn't matter. I'm only looking at Packer and Rory anyway.
Right. Hold on.
Why am I looking at them?
Right.
Oh, that's just me. Look at me. I look like nothing. A white boy.
Right. Dyslexia's kicking in. Spell Vincent. V-I-N-C.
The real Vincent Griffin.
Right. Yeah. V-I-N-C.
Vincent.
VIE.
Vincent.
MCE.
Griffin.
G.
Like Nick Griffin. The reason why I chose that, because I came onto YouTube and there was loads of Vincent Griffins already. One of them was the Irish fiddle player who's like world famous, like from Dublin. He was the real Vincent Griffin because he's the famous one. But I thought, well, I can't be Vincent Griffin then. And all the other ones were like black people. And on the Google, when you search Vincent Griffin, it came up with all these murderers. They're all on death row. They're all black gangster-looking thugs, proper thugs, man, serial killers and shit. I thought, oh, I can't just be Vincent Griffin or Vinny. Oh, I'll be the real Vincent Griffin then. Also, because Alex Jones was real Alex Jones and Donald Trump is real Donald Trump. It's something to do with.
Why did you pick Vincent Griffin? If that's what you were finding.
That's my name.
That's actually your name.
Yeah, of course it is. Vincent Darren Griffin is my name. Born and bred in Kingston upon Thames.
Baron?
Darren.
Darren, no, that's okay.
No, not Baron. Darren. I hope I don't sound gay. When I listen back to my voice, sometimes I think I sound a bit effeminate or a bit weird or something, but really I'm not.
No.
I've done building work and gardening, landscape gardening work.
Yeah, you sound perfectly normal to me.
Oh, that's good. I think it's just when you listen back to your own voice, it sounds all weird.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
You know, I sound like I think I sound like Ian Beale.
No.
Yeah, no, but that's slightly. How I feel about it. Like just some whingy fucking East End git.
Nah.
Who hates his life.
No, you sound sort of medium, normal London accent. Not as bad. John Palmer is very East End. You all right, mate? How you going? All right. He's proper London, East London. But I wonder what he hears his voice as. He might hear it as like puffy and that. Can you say puffy anymore? Mate, I don't give a fuck. I say puffy, gay, homos a lot. I don't offend. It's not offensive. It's just slang. It's short. What you can't say a man is a homosexual. Of course you can. Just short for that is he's a homo.
What's the point of a word you can't say?
Exactly. What is the point of that? Thanks very much. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to erase English language. They're trying to erase the English people. They're trying to erase white culture. They're trying to make us kill ourselves. And I've got to calm down. I'm shouting now in my flat at 1:30 in the morning. Well, I'm going to open another beer. Fuck it.
Yep. If you can control the language, you can control the thought process, because every thought you've ever had has expressed itself via words.
Yeah, in your brain, you're thinking in words. That's right.
So if you can cut a load of words out of the language, then you can reduce people's capacity to think.
Oh, that's hard to open now. I'm just opening the beer. Sorry, I'm not thinking. I'm just ignoring the stream for the moment. How does it open? It's a twist off one, but I can't. There you go. That's a nice sound, isn't it? When a bottle of beer goes and that's a lovely sound. I don't even drink, but cheers, boys. Lads. Cheers. That boys is a bit offensive because none of you are boys, apart from Packer's son. But
no, I'll take it.
He's a young man. He's not a boy.
Fine with me.
Yeah, but it depends. I used to say, man, you're all right, man. But now I say, all right, mate. I don't even talk to anyone. Most of my friends hate me because I'm too clever and they don't agree. They're all jabbed up.
Right.
Sick shit, man.
Well, here's the there is a theory of the. I can't remember the name Aaron Clark uses for it.
I'm drinking Budweiser.
But it's about people with high IQs. If you are right, for every 10 IQ points, you're a standard deviation above the level below you. So if you are if you're unusually intelligent for your community, right?
I'm too that's my problem is I'm too intelligent, but that's not that's not a problem. That's a fucking gift sent by God. Or I had a good education. I paid attention at school. because I wanted to learn. As simple as.
Yeah.
My dad was clever, mate. My dad was so clever that he fucked off from Dublin. My old man smashed up the priest because he was raping my fucking half uncle. His half brother was getting raped by a paedophile priest in a what is it, orphanage in Dublin. So he beat up the fucking priest and had to flee. My old man was an illegal alien. He came in the same as these cunts. He came in on a fucking boat. He was a stowaway and came here. He came to Liverpool, didn't like it up there, came to Richmond. He met my mother, and then the rest is history. Like, I was born, I remember from when I was about 2 years old. And my old man got strangled. He died through injuries caused by some cunt who lives in this fucking block where I live. And the cunt got away with manslaughter, man, or it was murder because he premeditated. He went across the road to 24-hour garage and he strangled my old man. He died 3 weeks later through internal bleeding in his esophagus. My old man, it was not good, but he would have lived another 10 years or something. His esophagus was eroded through smoking unfiltered roll-ups, Old Holborn, and drinking neat or almost neat Scotch whiskey. So, but the police don't care. But this is on my shoulders all the time. Mate, anyway, never mind. But there's so much. I've got a lot to talk about. I should get on Chris's stream, really, but I don't think Chris is up to it. I think because I talk too fast. I don't know.
Right. Here,
I don't know. I think go on Rags's would be good.
Here, we will organize. We'll get a night organized where I'll get you on and we'll have a good chat.
I'll come on your one.
Yeah,
Rags has got. I'll come on yours instead because you need people as well.
Yeah.
Different. What is it?
We'll figure.
Celebrities.
Yep. We'll figure out topics and stuff. Right. What I was talking about there, the curse of the high IQ. Say for sake of argument, everybody in your sort of, say you're a 90 IQ, which is pretty much average.
That, mate. No, I'm 110 at least.
Right. Okay. Sure. Right. Now, so this is where I'm coming to. The average is around about 90, 95. Now, if you take somebody that is 75, for everybody, for all of us, right? You're having a hard conversation because they are thick as shit, right?
Not you lot, but I know what you mean.
Yes, right. But when the problem is somebody that is 120 talking to somebody that's 95, they're the same level of intelligence above those people that are average, that the average person is over a fucking retard. So I'm
80.
Right, yes. Right. So that's what the curse of the high the curse of the high IQ means, that although you're extremely intelligent, you have got to live amongst people that are 20 IQ points below your level. Because you're, and that is very fucking tiring.
Tell me about it, mate.
Right, yeah.
Fucking, I've had enough. I hate everyone around me.
Yeah, but the
fucking scumbags. Not everyone, but the majority of the people around me are fucking self-centered, greedy cunts. I don't want to say that Hitler was a good man, but some of the things they did, it wasn't a joke, man. It's some of the fucking. They did it for a reason, because it was dragging down the whole nation, the whole world, even. I don't mean the disabled or the Jews, other things. The degenerates. I didn't know that there was like fucking so many thousand prostitutes or brothels, 3,500 brothels in Berlin and stuff. Anyway, there's so many subjects we could talk about.
Well, there still are thousands of brothels in Berlin.
Hamburg. So that's all. The sex trafficking is going on in Germany then. Well, Eastern European girls are taken there to be used as whores. That's fucked. Do you know what? I hate this whole fucking planet, mate. I seriously would be willing, if I was 20 years younger, I would go into stasis for the 3 years and go on Elon Musk's fucking Mars Voyager and be the man who does, what was that one, The Martian, where he has to grow food for him to survive, and that's a brilliant film. That Martian. What is it? Who's the guy? The actor's good as well.
Matt Damon.
Is it Matt Damon? Yeah, not Wahlberg. Matt Damon's brilliant. I like him. Well, he might be a bit of a lefty, but apart from that, he's still good. Some brilliant films, but there was not now. They're all rubbish. I watched one recently called Cash. That was fucking good. What's his name? Sean Bean.
Oh, that's
brilliant.
The one. That's the one where the lost the money and then he goes and gets the family and makes them.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good show.
Best film I've seen for ages. That's a wicked film. And there's a few others I can't remember now. I post them when I get a good one. I put them. I've only got Amazon Prime or YouTube. There's a lot of good films on YouTube. I watched Bridge Too Far. That's fucking brilliant as well. Watch that again. That's an excellent film. There's messages in them films. There's knowledge there to be learned, even though it's half fiction, it's half facts. There's a lot of good knowledge in there. Anyway, What else? I like. I don't know what the other film was.
Right, I'm coming up in 3 hours. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm for starting to wind this down. Packet, anything that you want to talk about?
No. It's been interesting talking to Vincent, though.
It has.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you appreciated it.
No, I do. Yeah, I love it. I love
talking to another Londoner.
Yeah, no, it's just that you've got opinions that I don't have, and that I don't like. You know, we all sit here talking online in our little groups in a bubble, and you've got opinions that I don't agree with, and I like to talk to you to find out why you think the way you do.
Because I'm fully aware of what's going on in the world. I understand about the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, I want to hear.
But I've got to be careful what I say because I can get put in prison for just having the freedom of thought.
Right. Okay. But I want to hear why you think what you think and how you think it. It's interesting.
Because I was taught English language by a man called Mr. Shoebridge. I can't remember his first name. He used to come to school dressed like Sherlock Holmes. He had the cape and the deerstalker and everything. He said to me that English language would be one of the most important things you're ever going to use and need in the whole of your life. And one day you will be something, you know what I mean? I would be someone.
Yeah, well, I look forward to 42 having you on so that I can hear more.
I was just a silly little, I wasn't a silly little, I was a rebellious little kid. I'm half Irish. My dad was from Dublin. His mother was Scottish. Her name was Mary Kavanagh. I don't know my dad's name. I think it might have been James Griffin. It's the same as my dad's name. My uncle's name is Vincent. My other half uncle is called Column, as in like a Roman column, but not like Irish column, proper Irish. But McGrath is a different family. None of them had any connections to the IRA or any of that sympathising. I've checked it out. I went to a good school called Southborough Boys. It's now some academy, and on their badge it was a griffin as well. I could have went to one called Tiffin's, which is a really posh one. I passed my 11 plus, but I didn't want to go there because I was a commoner. And anyway, I better not spoil it, but I can talk forever. I've got tons of stories when I was a kid, when I'm older, in the future. I can go on forever, man. Me and Chris Dangerfield should be my first on there, really, but I don't know. He just thinks I'm a stoner, or he's just too busy. No, he doesn't think I'm a stoner, but fucking hell.
To be fair, Chris, he's busy with it. He's busy with the business. He's busy with the book.
Well, he says that, but he's busy in his life, enjoying himself as well. He's got a nice girlfriend and all that. And he's done enough streaming. I mean, he was doing it every day. He kept us going through the pandemic crap.
Yes.
He was the main man. And he's got all you lot going. He's got Rags on it. He's got you on it, 42.
Yeah.
He's got other people doing it. So he's an inspiration to people that are fucking struggling and people that don't have any confidence and their drug problems and everything. He's a good man. I met him 3 times in real life.
Have you?
I met him. Yeah, I met him at Glastonbury. I met him. I bought 4 ounces of weed off of him a long time ago. It's a Northern Light story. I was his last punter. I gave him £600. or £640 or something. He wouldn't do me a discount. I remember. But he can't remember. I remember I had to travel over. It was in Kent. I can't remember exactly where. I was driving a little green Volkswagen Polo. No MOT, no tax, no insurance. I had to come back from there with 4 ounces of skunk. Northern Lights. It was the best shit. In Kingston, it was a total drought. I fucking sorted out the whole area. It was great. Everyone loved me. It was lovely, strong, tasted nice. It wasn't flushed that well. Well, it wasn't flushed at all, he said, but it was still grown well enough that it didn't matter. A little bit of black ash. It was lovely. It was good stuff. Anyway, stories and stories.
That's a nice one to sort of end on. Rory, anything burning in your that you need to get off your mind?
We could have talked about the PA demo in Portland against the barge tonight, but it's a bit late for that. What I was going to ask you was, did you get my email regarding the King versus Ashley Podsiard Sharp?
Oh yes, I've got it, but I haven't got round to reading it.
Prison officer, and it's worth the read through because it's I don't know whether anyone in the chat or Packer or Vincent Griffin have heard of this, but there was this guy who was an ex-prison officer.
Oh, you changed the name now.
Yeah, said the wrong things, and was convicted of, I think, hold on,
having a book.
He had the Anarchist Cookbook. It was the file.
He had 2 books. Hadn't read either of them. And went to prison.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 13 years, custodial term of 8 years, and an extension of period of 5 years. So, yeah, he's basically been jailed for 8 years for owning a book called, let me just look this up. Gosh, it's not the Anarchist Cookbook. It's something along the lines of, oh, here we go. The White Resistance Manual. Yeah, which was found on his computer. The defense said, well, he never read it, but it's a.
And the prosecution said, yeah, fair enough, but he's going to prison anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. They found it on your computer, so you're going for 8 years in prison. Yeah,
right.
I know.
Bet your ass someone on the prosecution read it. Why aren't they in prison?
Well, exactly. I'm sure the judge probably read it, or part of it. Yeah. No, absolutely crazy. So anyway, 42. Sorry, I don't want to carry on because you want to close this down. But so have a read through it, 42.
Yes.
To me, it's just such a travesty of justice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I will definitely get a look at that. Probably tomorrow or Monday, and I hopefully will have my take on that next week.
Well, I'd be very interested in what you think. I mean, it was. I know I mentioned it on your stream a week ago, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a jury conviction. I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
There was a jury conviction, and this was passing the judgment.
Yeah. I was going to do that this week, but then Emma said she wanted to come on and talk about her fella and whatnot, and I was right, okay.
No, absolutely. Oh, gosh, yes, before I leave. Yeah, absolutely. My condolences to Emma G. I know how she must be feeling. It's pretty bad. Well, yeah, the parent dies.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
In fact, do you want me to? I could leave you on a really bad note.
Oh no.
Well, no, seriously. When my mother died. I got a phone call from my father. He lived down the road from me. And he rang me up early in the morning and went, Roy, could you come round? I don't think Mum is very well. So I came round, felt a pulse, no pulse, not breathing, no heart. I just had to turn around on the phone and said, I'm sorry, she's dead. And I said, look, let's just go downstairs and have a coffee, for Christ's sake, you know. Call the undertaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there we go. Sorry, I don't want to leave it. That's a really sad note to leave you on, but there we go. I thought I just mentioned it.
We also have a problem with the disassociation of death in this country. We have removed it from its normal position, whereby it now generally happens in care homes or hospitals with nobody about, and
you're absolutely right. Very few people actually. Well, I can say I saw her die, but it was after she died. But
Shit! Nearly knocked over my beer. Sorry, that was my tap.
It's not often we see people die, is it? Really these days?
Yeah. It's all tucked well out of the way, and public grieving is frowned upon. It's not a great way to be as a society.
Oh dear.
Right.
How much is a flat in Ireland, Northern Ireland? Cheap, yeah?
I'm currently paying $470 per month for a 1-bedroom flat.
Whoa!
That's not bad.
Hold him.
I'm going to look on. What's it called? Zoopla. I want to buy a flat out there, man. I don't think I can get a mortgage. I can afford to buy it. So the flats are like 50 grand and 60 grand in that, aren't they? Some of it up north.
Well, that's going to depend on where it is. Now, if you go outside of Belfast, if you go to say Carrickfergus, which is a decent area, as a town, it's a decent town. You're half an hour out of Belfast. The price of property goes way the hell down. But there, if you do,
that's the vape thing making me choke to death.
If you do decide to buy property over here, you need to be very careful about exactly where it is, because
but I'm half Irish. They can't fuck with me because I'm both. I ain't scared. What?
Right.
I watched the documentary with Jerry Adams. He seemed okay, to be honest, Jerry Adams.
Right. Yeah.
He's quite a mellow fella, but I don't agree with his politics.
Listen, what are prices in Richmond like these days for flats?
Richmond, I'm in Kingston, but Richmond is...
Kingston, sorry, yeah.
I don't know. When I moved into this flat, it was 62,500 I could have bought it for. Now it's about 360. It went up to 350 and it went back down to 280. I've done it. I haven't even checked. I should think it's 375. 1-bedroom council flat. I've got problem neighbours all around me. But anyway, it's not. You can't be making yourself depressed. Like, I'm in the Conservative Party. I'm a member of the Conservative Party. It cost me £2.09 a month. They asked me to be a local councillor, to run for a local councillor. I have no choice but to do it. They're the only party. They're always the ruling party. I can talk like a snob if I want, and I can talk like a commoner, and I can talk middle class. I know I've got the power to help this fucking country and the world, because the world is satanic, mate. I'm not scared. I'm a Christian. I've got a gold cross. I've got an ancient Bible in here that's like 200 years old. I paid a tenner for it from the Oxfam in Kingston bookshop. It was for a reason. I haven't read it. It's a King James Bible. It's not. I'm not playing games, man. I need someone to help me out to sort these problems out, because it ain't.
Yeah, I love the King James. King James.
I'm sick of this raping of little girls. It's fucking disgusting. I want to kill people, but you can't do that. We haven't got the swords anymore. We haven't got that. You know, like Braveheart is an excellent film. That explains also. Someone said, "Oh, that shit, it's all made up." It isn't. That's fucking. There's a lot of truth in that film.
Oh,
or the story of William Wallace. Do you know what I mean?
right.
The British,
Yes.
the royals are cunts. Fuck the back then. Those snobby cunts. English people were cunts, man. Come on. The ruling classes. I mean, not English people. I should retract that. I don't. You know what I mean.
42.
Yep.
42. Before I go, I have to tell you this story. You're going to laugh at this. My daughter's godmother, her name is Sarah Dyke.
Right.
And this week, she was sworn into Parliament as a member of Parliament. Yes, as the member of Parliament for Somerton and Frome down in Somerset.
Excellent.
Now, well, let me finish. I mentioned her name was Sarah Dyke.
Yes.
She is an actual dyke and has been since I met her. She's also...
Hang on, since you met her, you think you swung that? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, in fact. No, absolutely not.
Or do you think she was destined to be because of the name?
Well, she became a councillor because Vincent was talking about becoming a councillor in the Conservative Party. That's what I'm going to say. It's not it's the Lib Dem Party. No, she's a dyke in the Lib Dem Party. Yeah, my daughter's godmother. I know. There we go. You can hold that against me forever.
I want more beer now. I've had 3 bottles of beer and a can of Carlsberg, and now I don't want to stop drinking. I'm not even pissed or nothing. I just want, it's like a drug. I just want more of it.
Right. Well, we're coming up to,
I see, Packy, you're taking notes, aren't you?
It's come up.
No, I'm rolling a fag.
Right, it's come up to the end of 2. I'm going to wrap this up, play the intro, put the names up on the screen. Packet, any last words?
No, that's it. No, I've loved it.
Right. Rory?
Vincent and Rory, brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah,
Rory,
no, I just gave you my last words. 42.
Right, okay. Vince, any last words?
Yeah, me and Rory and Anglo-Saxon are some of the only scrubs, well, UK scrubs, apart from Linda Hunter and Dawn Browning, that are in the No White Guilt stream with Years as well, but she's American. We always say hello to each other and share some white hearts and stuff. And
yeah.
And why? Answer me this: why the fuck has YouTube changed that when you do an someone, it's fucking in the grey, so you miss it, whereas it was orange before. It was highlighted in orange. They're obviously trying to make us not being able to communicate, because this is the powerful. There is power in this social apps where we're communicating.
Right.
Now.
It's still coming up in orange for me.
Oh, does it? It doesn't come up on my phones.
They haven't said that. I always use my laptop. If I'm if I'm in commenting on a stream, you can be sure I'm in my house sitting on my laptop.
Okay. I don't like laptops. That's the thing. I prefer touchscreen or actual keyboard PCs. I've got to sort it out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a fucking loan at the social fund, whatever it is.
There we are. Look at
I'm
that.
going to borrow money so I can set myself up properly.
You got a machine to roll your fags?
Absolutely. And
thank you, bastard.
Yeah. £9 I think on eBay.
I'm just surprised you haven't got some fucking bloke to roll your fags.
Oh fuck.
No,
That's
no.
right.
I'm surprised your Batman don't roll your fags.
Zippo lighter, no. My Batman left me years ago, I'm afraid.
Right. I
couldn't afford him.
Packer has just won, and we're leaving it on that. I'm going to get this outro up. Packer, Rory, Vincent, absolute pleasure having you on. Great.
Pleasure to be on, mate.
Great conversation.
Again.
And with that, I'm going to get the outro up. Here we go. Sure this.
I'm going to go out of here then.
Right. Okay. this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You are not alone, and we shall walk this journey together. What about you, Sean? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. Let us gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. For from that grand house they tried to burn down, there's gold in the ashes if you look around. Let us gather together those that can perform, then from those scarred timbers build our own platform. Build our own platform. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all time. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. We descended from minstrels in old days of yore. We will create a culture as we did once before. Forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice. Then they stand together and make their own choice. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing we will sing harmony, melody, rhyme. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. I have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. With power and wealth, you control the mainstream, but you never realized you could not kill a dream. So we will gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. You're talking to 42. What about you, chum? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all time. We will sing for our people. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all time. We will sing for our people with the ancient trilogy of harmony, melody, rhyme. We create a large society through family, God, and tribe. The gods of water, earth, and land brought us through a line. The earth, the moon, the sun, each became a deity in the parts of another tribe. wealth, you control the mainstream, but you never realised you could not kill a dream. You cannot kill a dream, and we shall walk this journey together. Mike was muted. Packer was Packer. Rory was Rory. Real Vincent Griffin was Real Vincent Griffin. I've been 42, and you lot in the chat have, as always, been absolutely fucking amazing. Thank you, you beautiful bastards. Good night. God bless. See you all next week. I'm out of here. Goodbye.